Run them likes up. Run them likes up. Texas in the building. Yeah. Yes, sir. Rest in peace, Ken Flores, Chicago, comedy world. Condolences once again. Casey, is it game time?
It's game time.
Let's go. Yeah. Welcome to Hoodstocks Sunday evening. Yes, sir. Somebody tapped in right there. King Frankie, 47. Yeah. Let's get back to business, huh? In-studio interviews all week, all month. It's game time. Lyric Cruise on the beat. Run them likes up. Hit that subscribe. Don't be afraid of it now. Everybody tapping in. Big Hobby, I see you. Angel, I see you. Locorado, I see you. Entertainment, yeah.
Oh.
The fuck?
Ready getting a phone call, huh?
Phone call, bro.
Welcome. Yeah.
Fucking up that beat right there, dog.
Yeah.
The fuck? There you go. Yes, sir. Wordplay all day, my dogs. Happy Sunday, man. They call it Sunday Fun Day. You know, some people call it Dress Up Sunday. Yeah. Yes. Today's guest, man, we got a great guest. A lot of you people, a lot of you individuals, homies, homegirls, aliens, avatars, might know this woman as Chicana Smiles on TikTok, correct?
Yes.
I want everybody to get off your futons and give a warm welcome for La Smiley.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I see you suited and booted right there.
I am.
You should have talked right there in front of that mic.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah. Is this just dress up attire or everyday attire?
No, my coveralls I wear often. Just like this.
Those are coveralls.
Yeah, just coveralls. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were you do you work on cars?
Nope. Just like the way they look.
You like the way they look. They do look legit.
They're comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, just throw one thing on, you out the house.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then you only just got to take one thing off.
You best believe it.
At the end of the day.
You feel me? That's all.
Yeah, no, 100%. I like it. I like the coveralls. I've seen some like different cats wear them for fashion and style like you are, you know? Looks cool, looks fresh.
Thank you.
I think you got like a little bathing suit or something?
I do.
Oh man, so you ready for summertime
I
too,
am.
huh?
So I just take this off and I'm done. It's a wrap.
Yeah, we got to talk about what you're wearing because it's obviously a lot of things put together, which is kind of cool. A lot of different elements, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you have the coveralls, the overalls, not even overalls, coveralls. Those aren't overalls, those are coveralls.
Yes.
Yeah, coveralls, just in case you got to get your hands dirty. And if you get your hands dirty and there happens to be a beach next to where you're getting your hands dirty, you can jump in the water, right?
Right.
You know, but at the same time too, it is May, and May is kind of like a gloomy June gloom is coming up,
it is,
you know?
yes.
So, you know, you got the hat on too. just in case we get them warm sprinkles. Sometimes you get
messing
them
my
warm
hair.
sprinkles.
The hats are my thing, though. I've always worn hats my whole life since I was a kid.
Hat looks good on you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it looks legit. It looks OG.
Thank you.
It looks like, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I believe that I can trust you to watch my kids.
You should. I raised 3 good ones.
3 good ones. There's one of them right there, right?
Yes, sir.
Is she lying? Tell me the truth.
That's my youngest one right there.
Is she lying?
That's my
said-
that's my youngest one. She's about to graduate high school next week, as a matter of fact. So all my kids are done.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Congratulations. You from 18th Street,
I am
correct?
from 18th Street, yes, sir.
Okay. Man, you tatted up too. You got names right there.
Names? I don't know names.
Oh, the names, what they say?
No. Tormented, La Vida es Fría.
Oh, damn. Casey. Casey's name get right there. What the fuck? Thought you guys
That's right.
just met.
Don't worry about it,
We did?
Lucky.
It's gonna go 4. No, I'm just like,
Have you ever gotten someone's name within the first week of meeting them?
absolutely not.
Has anyone got your name in the first week of meeting them?
In the first week?
First
No.
month.
Yeah.
First month?
Yes.
That's moving quick. How did you make that happen?
He was fresh out the pen. You know how that goes. anything to sell a dream.
He was trying to secure the sofa in the microwave?
He did for 15 years.
Oh, damn.
I'll give him that much.
Well, that's legit right
Yeah,
there.
it worked.
That's legit right there because you know how the game goes sometimes.
Yeah, it worked.
Sometimes it might even only last 15 days.
You ain't lying. Or 15 minutes, you pick him up and he gone.
He gone. Hit it and
No,
quit.
well, yeah, pretty much, yeah. No,
Yeah.
but
It's like, fool, you didn't even make yourself a ham sandwich.
I don't do all the boyfriend things. So, I've been married twice.
You don't do the boyfriends thing.
Yeah, I don't like being somebody's old lady. I'm gonna call me. I'm a grown woman. So we get married.
We get married,
We lock that shit in.
locked it in. So you've only been locked in twice,
Twice, married twice. Yeah.
and you're not married right now.
No.
Okay, so you're looking for a boyfriend?
You know what? It is getting kind of lonely because everybody thinks I'm gay and I'm not.
Why would they say you're gay? Why would they think you're gay?
I'm always running around my manager and she's a lesbian and everybody thinks that I'm a lesbian and I'm not.
Is she really a lesbian? I could never tell with that fucking lineup she's got going on right there. Got a fade and a comb over.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, everybody thinks I'm gay.
She walks around like she's buff as shit, too.
Yes, and I'm buffer than her.
Yes, exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm more intimidating than she is.
Yes.
But no, everybody think all the dudes see me think I'm a lesbian. I'm not, you guys.
If you've seen a pretty girl, you want to take her out?
Hell nah.
No?
A beautiful woman is a beautiful woman. I won't take that from anybody. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying you're strictly
Diggly.
Okay.
All day, every day.
every day? Well, good for you.
Even incarcerated. I don't play that.
You done time?
Didn't not penny any time. 3 months.
3 months. That wasn't long enough to turn you out, huh?
Ain't nothing long enough to turn me out.
Okay.
Nothing.
You never know.
I know.
Well,
There's nothing that can do that.
You haven't been in that position to find out.
There's hooters in there. I'll fucking do one of those real quick before I get with a bitch.
You'll bone a hooter?
If I had to, if I'm doing life and before I be with a bride, you bet your ass.
What would be your pickup line to the cop?
Not a goddamn thing.
You just put it out there?
If I'm stuck, it's a wrap.
He'd be coming back to he'd be passing by to hand out trays, and
Hand
then
out a couple,
by your tray slot, you'd have it just right there.
Hey, I'm pan dulce right here. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got cut, baby boy.
It's a real OG homegirl right here. You can really just talk to. We just met, man. So this is cool, man. I have a feeling this is gonna go well. Appreciate you so much.
Likewise.
Your manager reached out to me,
Yeah, she did.
and she was like, "Hey, homie, check it out." I was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
You know what's funny is when she told me that, I said, "Don't be doing that shit, man," because I've never been one to. She goes, "That's what you got a manager for."
That's why you have a manager. For
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, I've always been the type of person.
Why did you get a manager? For her to clean your house?
No, because everybody.
That's a maid. A manager gets at people to make things happen for you.
My kids won't even do that for me. No, it's just I'm a little more organic than most of these people. You know,
organic is the wrong word. That's a hipster word.
Oh, is it?
You got to say reserved.
Reserved. Okay, pues. Yeah. I am. I'm very reserved. I don't like the to look like I'm seeking shit out. I don't like to look like I'm seeking clout, looking like to monetize off of what. This is who I am. What you see in me right now is who I am every day, all day.
You look like a dangerous woman.
Do I really?
If I don't know, if I just heard something outside of my window at night and I looked out there and you were right there, you scared the shit out of me. Like, Jesus!
Would you at least take me home after that, though?
100%. You're a homegirl. I mean,
appreciate you.
Yeah. And you're from 18 too, so we get along. I mean,
Everybody looks at me and thinks that I'm really like you. I'm scary looking. I'm like, damn, really? Because this is what you see in me from here. This is what I look like every day.
You don't look scary looking. You just look like someone not to fuck with.
Yeah.
I'm not. And I'm not a bully. I've never been a bully in my whole life. I've never bullied nobody. That's not what I do. But
You got an intimidating look to you. And so honestly, I would like to, future engagements, I'd like to hire you as my security. 100%, not lying.
neta,
I swear to God.
all right,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Bring you in as my security.
I'm with it.
Let's go.
Because you ain't a short woman either.
No,
How
of
tall are
course
you?
not. 5'10".
Stop lying.
No, I'm 5'10".
How tall is she?
6'3".
6'3". Thank you. Manager knows how tall you
Standard
are.
Lying over
Yeah.
here.
Well, yeah,
lying.
of course I'm 6'3". Somebody who's 4'2". What the hell? Why y'all playing?
Why y'all
Shit.
Why do you lie about how tall you are? Are you ashamed of how tall you
Hell
are?
no. I
Then why are
embrace
you
it.
saying
I wear
you're 5'10"?
I wear 4-inch heels.
All right, you got tennis shoes on. When I
Yeah,
stood
but
next
I
to you,
wear
you were like taller than me.
4-inch heels. I wear 4-inch heels.
You went 4-inch heels?
I wear 4-inch heels. I love wearing.
Can you slam dunk a basketball when you
I
got those
don't
heels
never
on?
play sports a day in my life. I'm not a sports person. I'm a girly girl.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't look like you got a mechanic suit on.
But it's creased up and looks sexy.
It does. It looks nice. Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, I'm
It does look
very,
nice.
very feminine. I'm not into anything like at all. That's one of the reasons why I like, I don't, if you want to look a certain way, only, what I'm saying? But I'm still a woman. I'm not trying to look like a dude.
100%. 100%. Yeah. I mean, some people would say you should have not got all them tattoos on your neck. But of
Yeah.
course, it doesn't matter. Like I don't want to make a joke out of it.
No, of
but I
course.
do.
Yeah.
But I don't. But I always think about what someone might be thinking.
Yeah, what's sexy about this, right?
Well, your neck is sleeved up.
Yeah, my whole body actually.
Your whole body sleeved up?
All the way from my neck, all my entire back down to my legs, my thighs,
Damn. What do you got
all
back?
collaged.
What do you got back there?
everything.
Damn, like everything? You got a Jack in the Box menu back there?
No, I got a Chubby Doobie. I got a
What the
Scooby Doo.
fuck? Oh, you got a. What the fuck is a Chubby Dooby?
I got
Sound like a
a.
dog treat.
I got my last name. Instead of like what dudes do, instead of putting it on top of my back, I got it. My last name is Luna, so I got it in big letters in the center of my back. Like,
Oh,
right
I thought you were
below.
gonna say your lower back. What do you got in your lower back?
I'm collaged all the way down. My whole
Damn,
back.
damn. You're like art.
Yeah, I am.
Shit.
I am. It's all art and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like ink.
So you've been married twice.
I have.
How long was it the first time?
The first time I was married was 13 years.
Second time?
15.
15 years. You think those are a waste of time? Marriages?
No, absolutely not.
It was good times in your life?
I learned a lot of things from them.
Well, here you are in an age that I believe we're probably around the same age, right? And you're single.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think you should have been it would have been nicer to be single at a younger age,
Absolutely.
20s, 30s?
Yes, absolutely.
So-
I tell
so-
my daughter that all the time. I
so-
did it backwards.
So let me ask you again. Do you regret those marriages at all? I mean, no? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
It is what it is,
I
right?
regret how I let them play out.
Let them play out.
Yeah.
You wish you would have navigated them a little
Absolutely.
better towards the ending, or just towards period for them to last longer.
Yeah, I was never, my first marriage, I was never a faithful woman at all,
You were cheating left and right.
all the time.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I experienced things as a youngster that I seen, like, oh, nobody could be loyal. I had a life experience that told me if he could do that and she could do that to me, then I will absolutely never in my life be faithful to nobody.
So you're with the first dude for 13 years.
My very first relationship was with father, my eldest daughter. She's 32, and I was with him at 17 till I was like 19.
Okay.
And he ended up being my heifer.
Oh, he ended up being with your heifer.
Yeah, so that just tore me. That kind of like, that'll do it to you.
Let me see a picture of your mom.
My mom,
No, I'm just playing.
beautiful lady. My mom's
obviously,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, very beautiful lady.
So how does it feel when he was your first baby daddy?
Yeah.
Okay, and then ends up with your mom. I mean, what kind of relationship do you have with your mom? Is that okay within your household? Sometimes you let mom hate it too.
Nah, we don't have a relationship. I mean, not because of that. She's my mother. I'm not always. She's my mother. I mean, that's what God gave me. You know what I'm saying?
But did you
So-
care? Did you care about the morning that you woke up and now your baby daddy is no longer sleeping in your bed? He's walking on your mom's
No,
room?
he wasn't. They didn't end up together like that. It was something they went out. This shit happened. And
They got fucked up.
shit like that.
How did it come out? Did mom come clean
Actually,
you?
my sister shared something with me the day I was.
Snitched them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll deny it, but I mean, it was said and done, and a lot of people But it wasn't. I was 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? I was young. My mother was beautiful. He was 19. He was fresh out of doing, I think, like 10 years in YA, and whatever happened, it happened. You know what I'm saying? But it made me within myself. I said, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
I didn't trust. If I knew I couldn't trust any women, I knew I couldn't trust a dude. So I had this mentality: I'm gonna get them way before they ever get me. So I just I indulged in my desires. I never hated anybody because of it. And I didn't hate him. I didn't hate my headphone. You know, the learning experience.
You trusted no dudes after that.
Nobody.
It kind of scarred you a little bit.
Yeah, not just dudes. I didn't trust anybody.
Well, you know what? In my time, those were like modern day heroes. Like if a dude can get the daughter and the mom, like that dude had the best story on the theater.
Oh yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
My mom was gorgeous. She was a beautiful woman.
And so what did this dude have? Did he just had the fucking finesse?
Fucking know.
He had the game.
I don't know. I mean, he finessed my draws off of me. So I mean,
I
guess,
10 years in YA. He was just studying
was finessing
up
something.
lines.
You know, you feel me?
No, he was just practicing. You know what I mean? For the kill when he gets out.
He had it.
He's like, he's like, I'm gonna get a daughter, mom, and then we'll see what the grandma looks like. I'm sorry. Let's move forward from this conversation. It's just a really interesting. It's honestly,
but that's what made me
super
who I was.
interesting.
Yeah, and that's what put me on the path I was on relationship wise. And I didn't grow up past that shit till I was almost 40.
Okay.
My second husband.
So you cheated on everybody. Okay. And so what you know what I mean? The skill set to be a good cheater, like if there's anyone that's aspiring to be a cheater or any relationship with a dude that they're just like tired of this dude and they do have opportunity to fuck. You know what I mean? A coworker, a gas station clerk. I mean, what kind of game or what would you advise to them to do?
To do if they want to cheat appropriately?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, is there an appropriate way of cheating?
You don't need no cheerleaders on your team. Nobody needs to know what the hell you're doing but you.
Just
that's it.
Go handle your business.
Go handle your business.
Yes.
Handle your business, and that's it.
So I'd say.
And as a woman, I run me. Don't nobody run me. No man's ever run me. I don't ask you for permission. I do me. I take care of me.
Would you consider yourself a professional liar?
A professional liar?
Liar, yes.
No, I don't really have to lie to nobody. I'm grown.
But you were in 2 marriages, and you had to get accused sometimes. You're cheating on me because you weren't giving up nothing to the dude no more, and that's kind of like a sign too. You ain't cooking for the motherfucker. You know what I mean? You're coming home extra happy, and you got a crazy glow about yourself. You know what I mean? And you sure didn't come from Disneyland. You know what I mean? You got off of work. How do you work that out? You a professional something?
I would say I was a professional bullshitter. My bullshit was tight.
Have you ever sold cars?
Nope.
Okay.
Sold other things, but I didn't sell no cars.
You'd have been a good car sales woman.
Used car saleswoman.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and so when you cheat, and I get it too why you cheated, and I'm not mad at you. You know what I mean? Because guys are dogs, and I say women are dogs too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like they're both playing. You know, if that's what they doing. You know what I mean? And so, was your man faithful? Your first husband, second husband faithful? Or do you think they were doing that? It was like an open relationship because you were both doing your thing?
Nah, my second husband, he was more in love with the dope than he was anything else. He didn't cheat. I didn't ever have to worry about broads, but drugs was an issue.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
And so when he's on his shit, you slide out?
Well, no, because I didn't. One thing I don't tolerate is drugs. You know what I'm saying? So it was an issue. Like, get the hell out of my house. I ain't playing none of that. You know what I'm saying? That was the problem for me in that marriage.
Okay.
Because when I met him, he was, again, fresh out of joint.
You like dudes out of prison?
Yeah.
What do you like about
I'm not
guys
a
out of
prison. It's funny though because I'm not a prison groupie. I don't stay looking for dudes in joint. I don't go visit dudes. I don't do none of that stuff.
Well, I'm sure you don't attract bank tellers.
And you'd be surprised how many
get the
dudes,
bank tellers too?
You'd be surprised. I used to work in an engineering company. I would meet dudes like that left and right. Fascination with this appearance. I don't know.
100%. They want to see the tattoos on your back.
You ain't lying, on the thighs and the hips.
Damn,
but
girl.
They it was just that. It was always that. It was always the drugs.
The drugs for both marriages?
No. The first one was never drugs. No.
Okay. Were you the kind of so you're cheating the whole time, but would you accuse them of cheating and put the reverse psychology on them?
Reverse psychology was always number one. Yeah.
Always number one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where the fuck you been at?
Yeah.
You know.
You ain't hitting me with that. I gotta hit you first. Absolutely.
Was there certain things that you wouldn't do, being the fact that you had to kiss your husband in the mouth, or you didn't give a fuck? He was getting the kiss in the mouth after maybe
you know
things
what?
would
I'm gonna be
happen.
100 with you. If I was cheating and I was getting down with the other dude regularly, I wasn't being with my own man no more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing about me that's just being 100.
But even if you were and he get you mad, would you still kiss him in the mouth and say, "Hey, get a taste of that"? That's homie down the street.
Nah.
No, okay. Because
I'm
sometimes
telling on myself.
I met a female one time that would do that. You know what I mean, she'd come score dope for me. She would dome me up, and then I said, "Well, when you jump in the car with your dude, kiss him in the mouth." You know what I mean? And she'd jump in, kiss him mouth, smile at me, and wave and take off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
dirty.
like a motherfucker.
Yeah. But I mean, who are you to say what's dirty and what's not?
That's dirty for me. So that's my get down right there. I'm like, yeah, that's dirty. I ain't doing nothing like that.
Okay.
I'm like, my mouth is clean, it's fresh. my mouth staying like that. Feel me?
I'm sharing a real story. You know what I mean? But I'm kind of just maybe I'm digging a little too deep, and I apologize.
Good. No, you
Am
good.
I good?
Yeah,
okay,
we're straight.
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm not.
Because
I'm not finicky. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't offend you.
I need you as my security. I don't need you as my fucking beating me up after this podcast.
I don't get easily offended at all.
Okay, well that's good. That's good. I'm glad we established that right away. And so it's interesting that through your relationship you stayed with these, and probably why you stayed with these men so long is because you were just doing your thing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, when you finally got divorced and had enough, I mean, what was it having enough of? You know what I mean? Because you were just living your life single almost, right?
So with my second marriage, he became more of just a father to my kids, just their dad. You know, the relationship was done.
How does it feel sharing this in front of your daughter too, by the way?
She knows.
Yeah?
Yeah. Huh, daughter, you know, huh? My kids know it. My kids are my priority. They know, that's kind of why I encourage her now to live differently than what I did. You know, Mommy, you can't be like that, baby. You gotta, you don't want to deal with the stress and the issues I stressed out on in my life. I don't want my kid to be anything like what I was as a woman.
Yeah.
I don't want her to be 49 and single because it's lonely. It's lonely. Well, you should have, at this point in my life, I should have a man who's by my side to help me get through life, not me, and I'm alone.
What kind of dudes you looking for right now? You like them younger or older?
Nah, I don't like youngsters, and I meet a lot of those. I do not like youngsters.
No?
Nah.
Why?
What the hell's a youngster gonna do for me other than break me off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So you're looking more than just getting breaking off.
Yeah.
You're looking for like Netflix.
Yeah, let's Netflix and kick it.
And kick it.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Somebody's gonna take me out dancing, we go do shit like that. Yeah, I'm good with that.
So you don't drink or party?
No.
You smoke? Good for you.
No, I don't do anything like that at
So
all.
you just you cheat sober.
I don't even cheat anymore. I don't think I even have the desire to cheat if I could.
Okay.
Yeah, no. That's I'm telling you, that's the one thing the second marriage taught me. I'll give him that much. He didn't teach me anything else. But it did teach me, like, your half on that out are living good. They're happy in their marriages, and you're the only one still you're fucking yours off. I was like, did this motherfucker really hit me with some shit that makes sense? You're absolutely right. No, that's what he did. He threw that at me. He's like, you're fucking off everything for yourself. He goes, you're out here doing this, that, and the other. You got so much bullshit. You're out here. And he was right. I was grimy, you know what I'm saying, in that sense. I was grimy in that sense. I always called it I indulged in my desires.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Like whatever you thought you did.
Like one of my biggest tattoos on my back says, bound by my desires.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And the other tattoo I have is big on my back is a snake with my face on it coming out, looking like my skin's ripped, and she's coming out of my back. If that don't tell you something, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Then my first neck tattoo says, I'm not like the others. That tells you a whole lot about me right there.
Yeah, you're dangerous. You're a savage. Yeah. But you hold it with pride, though.
It's the only way to hold it.
It is what it is.
I'll be woman enough to accept, the damage that I've caused and where I've put myself at in life, and, hope that in time that, I can find what's due to me in life. A good man, I'm a good woman. I take care of mine.
Now you're a good woman.
No, I've always been a good woman. I've always had my own home. I've worked. I've taken care of my household, my family.
But when you say I'm looking for a good man because I'm a good woman, and then you shared the previous stories.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about in regards to.
What are your chances of getting yourself a good man after this podcast?
Well, if a man's going to judge me based on my past experiences, he can keep on.
Well, you cheated for 25 years on both of your husbands.
No, there was 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
Well, let's look
Where
at
do we find a good man at? We got to find someone
Hopefully there's
that's
one
deaf
out there
that can't hear.
Or blind and can't read the comments.
Is there any good deaf dudes out there?
Nah, you know what? I think that I wholeheartedly believe that if there is, it'll be one who will understand. You know what I'm saying?
What are they gonna understand?
That
Fire? Getting a fire extinguisher when he's dealing with you.
Just keep it in the trunk just in case. No,
Just in case.
I'm good. I'm straight. You know, my right now my priority is my kids. I've done what I had to do for my kids. You know, I don't have any grandkids yet, but my children are going to school. They're both, you know, should be enrolling in college as soon as she graduates. My son's already in college, and I'm just trying to live my life and, you know, provide for my kids so that when I'm gone, they have what they need. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to meet somebody who's on that same trajectory in life, that they know what they've already done, where they've been, and they just want to relax in life.
You know what I think's 100%, and salute to you on raising your kids and all that good stuff. But let's get down to the meat and potatoes right here.
Let's do this.
You know, I need to hear some good cheating stories because you got a lot of them. You got 25 years worth of cheating stories. Give me a couple good ones.
You really want to know?
Yeah,
okay,
100%.
This one's gonna be about your daddy, baby. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be about your go to the car. Earmuffs.
Can I say it? Yeah? Huh? Okay.
Thank you.
When my son was 3 years old at the time, and I had just had her. She was still in the car seat, and I was fucking out this dude from Gymtown.
What was his name?
Downer.
Oh shit.
Dumbass. And I had my own man thinking at the time that I wanted to move to Arizona. I mean, I had this fool righteously thinking I was ready to move to Arizona. I was like, fuck it. I said, hey, babe, why don't you get the baby and you go up there with Rob? My partner had moved to Arizona, my road dog, Sniper from Clara. And I said, go look at some pads up there. Take the baby with you, you know what I'm saying? See what you got to do, you know. And I had that fool take off to Arizona, and he went and looked at like 4 different pads, sent me the videos of them and everything. And I had old boy in the pad on me for the weekend that he was gone.
Damn.
He was calling, he was showing me houses and shit. As a matter of fact, I just found them videos about a week and a half ago of him and my son sending me the video, like, show mama the house, baby. Like, I was like, damn. Because I was in the pad looking at the videos he was sending me with old boy.
And you guys are getting down in the bed and everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere, the kitchen.
Nah, not the kitchen. I had a big, nice master bedroom.
Okay.
Or I would bring one of the other fucked up things I would do is I would bring them to the pad and say that, you know, I used to be in the game, you know what I'm saying? So I used to be like, it was a business thing. Everything was business.
Yeah.
Everything was business. And that's what made, but see, that's the one thing I'm gonna tell you though. I'm gonna keep this shit real. The one thing about a lot of dudes is, well, these particular motherfuckers, mostly the second one. When I met him, I was already in the game.
Yeah.
And he knew that. So he had that expectation that I was, you know, doing my thing, whatever, getting my little hustle on. And he knew he couldn't get involved with that.
Yeah, there's certain
he had
things
no part.
he didn't, yeah.
He had no part of that. So needless to say, there's not very many women who get down like that, but he had to stay out of that. So I'm always doing business with vatos.
Yeah.
Oh, I would pull up with them to my house. I would do grimy shit. It was fucked up.
And it was more than just business.
Oh, it was always more than just business. All the time.
Why was it? But it was business too, or was it you just?
No, I was just using that for
as an excuse. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't need a dude for anything. I didn't need a dude for money. It was just the entertainment. As a matter of fact, I remember one time Downer telling me, he goes, why don't you watch a movie if you need entertainment?
I mean, are you a nymphomaniac?
Nah.
No.
Mm-hmm. I just like to enjoy myself. I like to go, I was a run amok. I like to run around. I always want to be in the streets. And it's funny because I don't get high. I've never gotten high.
You like to sexually explore?
I just like a fine dude. If he was, it's like
if he was fine, you wanted to hit it.
If he was fine and he was solid, it was on and cracking.
Yeah.
Because I can't fuck with nothing less than being solid.
100%.
Nothing less than being solid. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing.
Amen.
Give a shit how fine you are.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
There we go. Thank you.
I don't play none of that, you know.
We're
so that's hard to find. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm checking.
Yeah, you checking paperwork.
Absolutely, I'm checking. It's not okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of. I did a lot of wrong. I ain't even gonna front. I did some grimy ass shit.
Would these dudes fall in love with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you were just cold hearted because they didn't see the tattoo.
No, a lot of the motherfuckers seen the tattoos, and when they seen the tattoo,
the snake, like they already knew it.
You know them belt buckles that used to have writing on the back, like they would say shit. Yeah. I had a big ass belt buckle that said "fuck you," and instead of wearing it in the front, I would wear it to the back.
Oh damn!
And the old boy would tell me, he goes, "Why do you wear it to the back?" I said, "Well, when I walk away and you see, you know what I'm thinking." He would be like, "Damn, you're a bitch." I'm like, "I'm just being 100. I mean, what you want me to pretend?" I'm not gonna sit here and cry. You know, I have a yeah and a right with a teardrop on each side. And it's like, that's not what's gonna happen. Not chasing you, I ain't calling you, and I ain't looking for you.
Damn. You broke a lot of hearts.
Yeah, now look, I'm lonely.
It happens like that, right?
Yeah, I know.
You know, some of the baddies, man, in their 30s, their 40s, and they still bad, right? You know, and they still single because they're having fun, you know? But there's gonna come a point in time where they're gonna need comfort. They're gonna need someone to be by their side,
Yes.
you know? And I don't know, it might be a little tough for them, you know? Or maybe not. Maybe everything's just been so easy for them in that department that they're always gonna be able to get somebody. I don't know. I have some like friends, acquaintances, homegirls that you know, they all get into BBLs now,
Yeah.
and they're in their 40s, you know. So now it's just like pop. They on another level now.
Still living in an apartment and driving a rental, and they got BBLs.
Right? It'd probably be like that. And now they're just they're riding that wave, right? That BBL wave. You feel me? It's fun. They're getting a lot of eyes on them. They got a lot of opportunity just because of the boomerang booty and the boomerang titties, you know. But you know, but maybe, I mean, you should be able to explain this better than anyone else. You know what I mean? But when you know, you could have a lot of different dudes. You can be a player as a female, but what happens when the holidays come? Thanksgiving, Christmas. What are you ladies doing?
We're by ourselves with our kids.
Okay, so you're where you need to be at then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will never, ever, in a million years, would I sacrifice being with my children to be with a dude. That will never happen. My kids are literally my livelihood. Even they get annoyed by it. They're like, damn, Mom, get off me. You know, but them times when I go to bed by myself, it's lonely. It sucks. It sucks when I go out to a concert and everybody's there and everybody with their own man.
Yeah. And then their old mans are looking at you.
Nah.
And you're like, call me. Call me when she leaves.
Text me. Nah, that's one thing I don't do.
DM me.
The one thing I don't do, I don't fuck with a dude that's no lady.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not my thing.
What if a dude's got a boyfriend?
Come on now.
Casey. No, I'm asking for Casey.
Poor Casey. I feel bad for you, boo.
Yeah? Take him to the movies.
He looks too young.
How bad do you feel?
He said he'll hold the popcorn.
He looks too young. I don't know about that Hitler mustache, though. That's just kind of crazy.
You ever hear
It's
about
nice.
when a dude says, hey, I'll take you to the movies and I'll hold the popcorn?
No.
Or I'll deliver you a pizza?
The popcorn one?
I don't know.
The manager's on it, baby.
I don't even know. I'm afraid to ask now because she knows. Fuck. Nah, but yeah, I don't fuck with dudes who have
Believe in
eyes.
God?
Do I believe in God?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you going to heaven or hell?
I'm going to heaven.
Absolutely.
I'm going to heaven.
Yeah. I mean, just because, I mean, it says in the Bible that you shouldn't commit adultery.
No, sure it doesn't. But I've asked for forgiveness over.
Have you
and
asked
over.
for forgiveness?
Absolutely.
Every time you walk out of, or a dude walks out of your house?
There ain't been them walking out, baby, in a long time.
How long has it been since you kind of been out that side of the game?
About
Couple weeks?
Nah, honestly,
Honestly.
about 4 years now.
4 years? And why? Because
Because I just want now that I'm older, now that I've experienced everything I've experienced, I believe in soul ties now. I'm not just gonna go lay down with somebody just for the sake of laying down with them.
what do you think about the Diddy trial right now, that freak offs? Would you be a part of a freak off?
No, never.
Have you ever put baby oil over your body and the dude too, the little cholito you're with, you know what I mean? Baby oil
I've
over,
had baby oil all over my body a couple of times,
slipping and sliding.
all day, every day.
Yeah. What
I'm
about
with
cooking
that.
oil? Cooking oil.
Nah.
There's no baby oil. You got to get the cooking oil.
Ain't no way trying to baste my big ass. No cooking oil. No. Baby oil, yeah.
So you like an old school freak. You a super freak. She's a freaky baby girl. The time you.
Let's just say they don't. Let's just say they don't leave me.
They don't leave you.
No,
Because you old school and you know
They don't leave
you
me.
got all the old school tricks.
they don't leave me.
You know how to do it.
I'm good. I'm good in that field. I'm good.
You get a little youngster, man. You turn his ass out.
I can't fuck with youngsters. I can't. I meet them all the time. I can't do it.
They be trying to holler at you.
Yeah,
What
they
the-
think
what-
that shit's cute.
They got any game?
That's what's so funny. They be trying. They be thinking they be having game, but nah. They'd be like, I'm a grown man though, baby. I'm like, no, baby,
I'm a grown man.
no, you're not. No, you're not. I got a 21-year-old son. You know what I'm saying? Nah. We just had a talk that day, me and my son. I said, baby, what would you do if one of your friends, he's like, yeah, not gonna happen, mom.
Is he like an alpha type of dude?
My son?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a jackass. He's a good kid though. I got good kids.
That's
period.
good.
I got really good kids.
It kind of happens like that sometimes.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
That was the one thing. They know who their mother is and their father. They know where we're from. They know everything about us. They know where their father's from. They know their stepfather's from. They know all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they're fully aware. They're knowledgeable about everything, but that's never been their life. I've never exposed my kids to my life. Their home is where their home is, and that's it.
So you said you have a beautiful mom.
I do have a beautiful
She's
mom.
still alive?
She is.
Good to hear. Yeah. What about Pops?
I lost my dad 2 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
And how was he in your life?
Oh, my dad was my heart and soul, my best friend.
Did he put you up on all this game?
My dad was a convict, always in the joint. Yeah.
My condolences.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was everything. He had just been home 9 years this last term. He did, and he caught COVID, and then COVID jacked up his lungs because he wouldn't let them put him on the ventilator. So when he came out of the hospital, he lasted 2 years, and he passed away.
Damn, man.
It hit him hard because he's a big ass, a gangster. I mean, you look at my dad. My dad's just like, whew, all inked up. Homie. He's from Watts, and
Watts, huh?
yeah, La Colonia, and yeah, he was just real old school. We're super duper old school, my pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you kind of like the apple of his eye?
Yeah. I was firstborn. Everybody says I remind them of him. I look like him. I talk like him. Everything. He was a huge cheater his whole life. He always says my daughter should have been my son.
Do you guys ever, before he passed, would you guys ever kick back and share cheating stories with each other?
Oh yeah, all the time. My daughter, she would sit there and laugh because my dad spent a lot of time with me and my kids in my house.
Yeah.
So that was so hard to deal with the loss because we were so close. Yeah.
Wow. Well, once again, I'm sorry to hear
Thank you.
that.
Everybody always tells me that's what my teardrop is for.
For Pops.
Yeah, it's my forever teardrop.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are an interesting, very, very interesting woman.
Thank you.
Because I don't think there's too many of you ladies around, or they can actually. Well, maybe they're just a little more in the background. Obviously, they're still around, right? You know what I mean? But for you to have the balls to come on here, talk your shit and share your shit, I mean, you made a little different, I mean, you had a point in your life where, hey, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
What would you say if there's any silver lining from your past, your cheating, your relationship? Is there any silver lining? Is there anything to learn from and share something with them? Can you inspire? Can you use that? Sometimes people have been a drug addict all their life, and now they work the drug rehabs. You've been a professional cheater all your life, and so what can you use with that skill set? Because it is a skill set.
Yeah. You know what? I believe I can. Somebody else may have a different opinion of it, but I believe that if there's anything somebody could take from my life, my experiences, is that I'm going to be 50 years old this year. And instead of spending my time enjoying my life and the experiences that I'm supposed to have now that my children are grown, with my husband, my significant other, I'm at home by myself.
Yeah.
I don't have nobody to hold me when I'm hurt. I don't have nobody to hold me when I'm sick. I don't have nobody to just take a long ride with. I'm alone. Every bill I got, every responsibility I have, I got to hustle that up.
Are you sad that you're alone?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah. I do wish, I have to say that I learned that the individuals that I had a life with, those are not my forever individuals. That's a given, My dad always told me, he was like, Mija, why are you always looking for dudes? Why do you always want those dudes? Why is it those ones? And I used to always tell him, I said, Dad, I got to be able to do who got more balls than me.
Yeah.
Straight up, you know what I'm saying?
You like them crazy motherfuckers?
I like a motherfucker who's so confident in himself he don't got to act like he's crazy. There's not very many of those no more.
Do you ever have physical relationships with your past relationships? Are you that type of female that you'll box a dude up?
It's funny you say that because my road dog, my comadre Shady, my best friend, I love her to death. She always tell me, you're in a domestic violence relationship. I'm like, no, bitch, how is it a domestic violence relationship if we're boxing? The fuck? I'm not getting my ass kicked. We're
Yeah.
I've never been in a domestic violence relationship, no. I've boxed, yeah. I mean, mostly because of me.
Yeah.
I'll take flight like bing, bing.
Because let's be real about it.
Yeah.
That kind of comes with this rough side
Yes.
of life, of relationships.
Yes.
Like, I was just sharing it, I think yesterday we did current events, and I said, man, I've been in drug-fueled relationships where me and a female, we were doped the fuck up.
Yeah.
And sometimes she flipped the fuck out on me, you know what I mean? And she fucking she's swinging for the fences on me, you know what I mean? And sometimes I try to like, hold down. After a while, it's like, man, fuck this, pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to knock her out like a dude.
Of course, yeah.
But I'm gonna get my little couple licks in and be like, man, calm your ass down, you know?
I've always believed, and I won't say this to nobody.
But that's kind of normal. That's a little normal, and I hate to say it, guys.
No, yeah. I will say this. Let me say this to anybody before anybody goes and misinterprets my words. No woman should take being hit.
Exactly.
There's no reason to, there's no man, no woman, or anybody who could justify a man hitting a woman. You're stronger than them, you'll always hurt them. No woman should tolerate that. I'm a mother, and I'll never tell a woman to take that. But let me tell you something. I walked up to a man, and I slapped him dead in his face like a broad. And I stood there. If he wouldn't have hit me, I would have called him a bitch. That's what I expected for him to do, straight up.
Did you ever have sex after a good fight?
Nah.
No.
Nah, because we was chunking him. It was a fight. I've been body slammed. Even my big ass got body slammed one time. He body slammed the dog shit out of me. I was like, whoa, okay, he's serious now.
You're like, that's my man.
I love you. I love you, boo.
That's my man. I need a motherfucker that's strong enough to body slam my big ass. Can't pick me.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the reality of my life. But to say I've ever been in a relationship where no, I didn't. I've never been a woman who was afraid of my own man, or never. Or I was afraid to go home, or I'm gonna get beat up. No, never in my life.
Yeah, because you knew what you signed up for,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
they know what they signed up for,
Yes.
and obviously your background, your pops.
Yes.
I mean,
My heifer, she was built that way too. Did
like
time.
you,
Yeah.
you are the street culture.
Yeah. Now you understand why the culture I see today is driving me nuts.
You ain't at Santa Fe Springs swamp meet playing dress up, and so when we first talked, so your manager got at me. Shout out to your manager. What's your manager's name again?
Jojo.
Jojo. I like Jojo, man. I'm fucking with Jojo.
Because you know what holding the popcorn means?
No, because she made a great move for you by reaching out to me and getting you here.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Because this is going to give you a lot of momentum.
I appreciate that
You know
very
what I mean?
much.
This platform right here is going to get you guys going. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
Because that's, for some reason, this is what we do for some of the homies and the homegirls. And I know for a fact how this interview is going already. You're gonna be going.
I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Like we had the homegirl Sleepy right here from Blythe Street. She's a good homegirl too. I don't know if you got beef with her or whatever the fuck.
I don't know her.
But yeah, she's a great homegirl. And she came on the platform, dude, and she's just fucking killing it, dude.
She's hilarious, right? She's funny.
She's funny. She's a big girl,
Yeah.
dude. And she is fucking. She's an old school girl, homegirl. You know what I mean? But anyways, I love seeing it after them. After they come on the podcast. And then they start making moves and doing things. It's a beautiful thing. That makes me
of
happy,
course,
and I already see it's going to happen with you. But so when we first talked, JoJo called me. And she goes, hey, you know who Chicana Smiles is, bop, bop, bop. And we went back and forth. And then I seen your TikTok. I was like, oh, yeah, I seen the homegirl before, And I was like, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? And so, obviously, I got you in right away.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I got you in here right away because I knew we needed to have you on this platform. You know what I mean? And I know you needed to be on this platform.
Thank you.
To share your story and share your journey and introduce yourself to the masses, the people that don't know you within your inner circle and throughout your years of cheating on all these guys. You know what I mean? They're like,
Chicana Smiles, the cheater.
But people, there's women that are going to commend you on that. They're going to fucking shake your hand and want to take a picture with you on that. If you're known as the cheater, it's like, fuck yeah, the homegirl's getting all these fucking assholes back. You know what I mean? Because these assholes have been fucking cheating on us all these years, and we got one that's done it better than any of these motherfuckers right here, and that's Chicana Smiles.
Whoa,
You know what I
whoa.
mean?
Let's go.
So you got to be known for something. You feel me? Like La Sleepy was known for standing up peeing through a comb. You know what I mean? Because she was with all the homeboys, and she shared a story. It's a ridiculous story. It's kind of like, why would you share that story, right? But then again, why would someone share about cheating on all this shit, right?
I'm actually known for a lot more stuff than just cheating.
Okay, well let's hear about it.
I work with, so I have a nonprofit.
Okay, wait. Well, we're gonna get into that. Yeah, we're gonna get into
Okay.
that. Okay, yes, absolutely. So, anyways, Bob, you called me up, and a couple things that caught my attention. We talked. Yeah, we had a great conversation, I believe, and that's when I knew I had to have you on. You said you kind of had a little bit of a problem with the dress up.
Yes, I do.
The dress up, you know, and you said you've seen a lot of it happening. And so I'm gonna let you go, but I want to say this. So in the 90s, me and the homies rolling up on fools, right? Strap the fuck up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We draw down on a gang of fools. They'd be gangstered the fuck down. You know what I mean? And so in the 90s is a little bit like this. Obviously, two different climates.
Eras,
Yeah, two different eras. But so it's back in style now, right? You know, so in the 90s, it was in style.
Yes.
So we would pull up on dudes and we're like, hey, homie, what's that park life like? Bop, 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 where the fuck you from? Hey, dog, we ain't from nowhere. Man, shut the fuck up. We get off the fucking car, and so what we would do, we start lifting up motherfucking shirts. Lift your shirt up, fool. Lift your shirt up. And we checking for tattoos. And we're like, hey, homie, what the fuck, man? Give me your motherfucking shoes. We taking Cortez off these fools. We taking the Charlie Brown's, Cascades, whatever the fuck you like to call them.
You don't deserve to be dressed like that.
Yeah, we taking their shit. Hey, dog, hey, bam, Sleeps, what size you wear, fool? 8.5? Bop, there you go, homie. I swear to God, we were them dudes, you know? And so back then, there was a lot of dudes that weren't from a gang. They dressed like cholos. Why? Because it was in style. And they got pussy like that. You know what I mean? They were trying to shortstop our pussy from the real gangsters.
Yes.
You know? So here we are, 2025.
Yes.
And you go to like Santa Fe Spring swap meets, there could be potentially some people dressed up like that aren't from a neighborhood. And so you have a problem with that.
I do.
Okay.
It's not so much that I have a problem with how people are dressing up. It's more what they're portraying as they're dressing this way. So you have... I live 10, 15 minutes away from the Santa Fe Spring swap meet. I've gone in there for years. I went in there a year ago just to go dance. My partner, good camarada, my bird from Hawaiian Gardens, he's like, hey, mija, let's go. I'm like, you know, I was depressed. I just left my dad. I'm like, I don't feel like going nowhere, mijo. He goes, let's go dance, mija, let's go. Fuck it. We went. I go in dressed the way I dress, you know, a little something like this with my thongo on. And I'm dancing, getting my groove on. Go back a week later, 2 weeks later, and some hyena tells me I went viral. I'm like, what the fuck is that? She goes, do you have a TikTok? I'm like, no. I get one. I did. I went viral just for looking the way I looked. Yeah. This is the hyena who had that 213 something cholas. And I see another hyena on there kind of looking similar to the way I was dressed. You know, okay, I've known her from the streets. And there weren't too many people dressed that way. All of a sudden, I keep going, and every Sunday that comes, you have more and more individuals looking like gangsters, looking like según ellas cholas, dressed up like a homie, you know, looking like, what the hell? Now you got old-ass ladies, little-ass kids, tumbados, I mean, creased up. The hyenas looking like vatos. I mean, not even dressed like cholas. First of all, a chola looks classy. A chola looks like a woman. We look like who we are. We're not trying to look like a man. I'm not trying to wear some big-ass tramados like, you know, no, I'm a woman. I want to still look attractive. I don't want to go in the closet and pull my vatos clothes out. That's what these hyenas are doing today. It looks ridiculous. But I understand what that entails. I know that when I walk out the house looking the way I look, what to expect. And not to be scared when it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these hyenas that are out here on these platforms, I don't know, I don't know Sleepy. I've never had the pleasure of meeting her.
She's good people.
Yeah, she looks like she is. She looks like she'd be fun. You know what I'm saying?
You get along with her great.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
know what? And I've said that to a lot of people. She looks like she would be cool people. You know,
I'm gonna introduce you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
I've never had that pleasure. These other clowns, straight up. You know, my mom always say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing about them at all. Clowns.
I can't speak on anyone around Sleepy's circle except that like Straight Divine. That's a homegirl.
I don't know who that is.
Who? Straight Divine. She raps. She's from Panorama City. But anyways, in regards to La Sleepy's, and since we're talking about La Sleepy, her name came up. her circle manager. I don't know about none of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I can just speak on La Sleepy.
Yeah, I've never.
You feel what I'm saying?
I think I've only one time I went to Swami and I seen her there, but I don't go. I'm not a regular there no more. I don't because of this, because of all of this.
Yeah.
It's turned into a goddamn circus.
Yes.
You got dudes in there. My God, it's so sad to see how many dudes you have going in there, and they're clowns. It's a straight clown fest now. It's insulting. You know, this is not dress up. It's not cosplay. This is people's lives. I've lost homies for this.
Yeah.
We've been shot at, boxed, people been stuck.
Yeah.
I got a RIP, a gang of motherfuckers for walking around. You know, this is not okay. You got 12-year-old little girls out there looking up to these hyenas. You're supposed to, they call people who are on platforms like this influencer. What the fuck are they influencing? Tell me what they're influencing that's positive. It's horrible. It's unfortunate. You know, this hyena got this box called a Chola starter kit. How are you gonna put my life in a goddamn box and sell it for $35?
Oh, damn. It's a cold bar right there. I feel it. I hear it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's insulting as all hell. It don't take a red Maybelline pencil, some hoop earrings, and some goddamn Aquanet to be who I am.
We love Aquanet, though. Love the smell of Aquanet. But I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not, that's not okay. Because we're going to lose kids behind this appearance. We're going to lose kids because they think that it's okay to walk around looking the way. These people are walking around, they got a camera on them. That's why they're looking like that. They got a camera, somebody walking behind there, you know, people are thinking they're playing.
Yeah.
These little girls are walking to school looking like that now, these little boys. And when somebody runs up on them like that, taking their clothes from them,
Yeah.
you're going to traumatize them for the rest of their goddamn lives. Kids hurt themselves behind that kind of fear.
Yeah.
That's sad. You're a grown-ass fucking woman, a grown-ass man. And this is my opinion, totally mine, because of my experience. I can say this. Nobody's going to come in here and tell me, hey, that's just your opinion, you shouldn't. You know what? I don't give a shit what anybody got to say.
The platform is yours. You say whatever
You know
the
what
fuck
I'm
you
saying?
want to say.
I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I'm a mother. This is my experience. I'm a homegirl. I'm from a barrio. I know what I'm saying because this is my genuine, my life.
Yes.
My road dog, my best friends, my father. You know, I'm not half these kids you see looking like this, they got paisita parents, you know what I'm saying? They don't come from that life. They didn't even grow up in the barrio. They don't got homies in their family. They don't got nobody in their family that's a homie. Just the way that one kid looks. This is my whole life. Generations of individuals come out of my family like this.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it stopped with our kids.
Good for you.
You know what I'm saying? I see this right now, and no, I don't condone it. I don't glorify it. None of that. And I never will. I will never tell nobody to go get jumped out of their neighborhood because I'm going to be a hypocrite because I didn't get jumped out of mine. I have no plans on doing that. I'm always going to be Smiley from 18th Street, but I'm productive. I'm a professional. I'm a provider. I stand strong and solid. There's a difference, you know what I'm saying? But I won't condone it either. I'm not going to go take somebody's kid to go get into my neighborhood. I will never tell somebody to go do that.
Yeah.
It's a different time. You know, but these kids don't know. They don't know what's going on. They think that this is the cultura. You don't even understand what it is. They have no idea, no concept of what it is. People are talking about, oh, I'm a chola. There ain't no 20, 25 cholas today. Come on now. No. There ain't no, you know, I went to this in East LA College. I was invited to be on what do they call it, Jojo? Chola conference. A chola conference. Yeah.
It's a real thing?
Apparently.
Okay.
Apparently it is. I was on it.
Okay.
What
was your experience?
I was insulted after the fact because I went in there and they talked to us. They asked us all kinds of questions in front of all kinds of people, you know. And I was flattered by the invitation, of course, you know. But when I got up there and I shared that not every chola is a recovering addict, not every chola had to have done drugs, not every gangster had to done. She said I insulted those, or that the following day I got a phone call that the woman who invited me said that the person who put this event on said that they were insulted because they felt that I minimized the sobriety of all the women who had been on drugs. I said, how the fuck did I do that? How did me not doing drugs, not every person who's in the streets being a gangster got to be a drug addict. Just like not every gangster's got to be ignorant. People think that because we look the way we look, we're ignorant. Bullshit. Not this one. Not a lot of us. That's the misconception. This is why I don't strive to look different. This is why I don't strive to go hide my tattoos when I go places. Because I could run with the best of them. I'm a paralegal by trade. I could walk into the court looking exactly like what I look like and know that I can do my job. That's what people can't say about themselves.
Yeah.
We do not have to be ignorant. We don't have to sound ignorant. And sounding like you know how to speak does not make you look stupid. On the contrary, I enjoy breaking that stereotype. I enjoy when people walk in like, oh, you're the one I was talking to on the phone? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Surprise, surprise.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing so much of making what we look like look bad. That's why the Santa Fe Spring swap meet upsets me today, because when you look at all these things on social media, everybody is saying, all those clowns at the swap meet, they think that shit's cute. They think, no, I don't think it's cute. Everybody thinks as long as you dance like this, you're a gangster. You're a cholo. You're in the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, nah. And they're trying hard. They're trying hard. You know, everybody's wearing the FB County clothes, acting like, oh yeah, it's the culture. But do you understand that it's an Asian-owned brand? Yeah. It's owned by the Chinos. It ain't us.
Yeah.
They ain't the original Cascades. People don't know that either.
Yeah. The
original Cascades, remember that they were thinner?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have all these goddamn crazy colors we have today. Red ones, yellow ones, orange ones, pink ones. There was black, gray. You remember that? The brown and the beige one? Yes. We didn't have nowhere near all these colors.
Yeah.
They got bikinis like that. Now it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Supply and demand.
Exactly.
They are max. The Chinos are maximizing.
These Chinos took us and ran with us.
Well, I mean, since no Latinos or no homies, Chicanas have stepped into that realm.
Yes.
To create, the clothes that the people wear. Then they shout out to the Chinos.
Absolutely.
Man.
You ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? They did the damn thing. But all these youngsters sitting here thinking, oh yeah, I'm the no, you're not. No, you're not. First of all, clothing does not make you who you are. It does not in any way, shape, or form make you who you are. Clothing does not make you Billy Badass. Does not make you a tough dude. Does not make you. It's like all these dudes who ain't never been nowhere in life and got all these tattoos on them, like they've been in the joint on a 180 yard for the last 15 years. All these tattoos that they shouldn't have, they got them all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like a car with no motor in it. It ain't going to goddamn place.
Well, back in the day, man, these tattoos that we've been having was not socially accepted.
Of course.
And the only people that had these tattoos were gangsters, bikers, and I believe sailors. Tattoo artists too, right? Mm-hmm. And now everybody and their mama got them, including, police officers, square bearers, and hey, I mean, it's all good.
Yeah,
but
of
I
course.
get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But when there's certain individuals, like I see certain homies that have this type of work on them, and my first impression is like, all right, you done some time.
Yeah, where you been?
Yeah, where you been at? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Pens you been at, you know what I mean? And then when I find out that
they haven't even hit the county jail yet?
Yeah, or maybe they've done maybe a county lid maybe only, you know what I mean? Which, in my world isn't good enough. You gotta hit the penitentiary. You know what I mean? It's interesting. I'll say that for the least.
Very, absolutely. And I agree.
I don't want to knock these dudes all the way down. You know what? I'm a lot more, how can I say it? I'm a lot more flexible in a sense. I'm not as rigid as I used to be in regards to the life and lifestyle.
Yeah, because it's changed. It's a lot of things are a lot more acceptable today than they were before.
The thing is I've changed. I've changed in ways that, I'm not my father now. Yes. You know what I mean? I got my lady, you know what I mean? I got just things have changed in my life. I got an education,
Absolutely.
I have a great podcast with a great guest today, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
So I try to be less hypercritical because I was that dude in the neighborhood that when I pull up to the spot and all the homies are tweaked out riding on motherfucking 12-pack fucking boxes, you know what I mean, the hood and shit, homie, man, get your asses outside, man, and go write that shit on the fucking walls. You motherfuckers been here for 3 days straight on a good one, and you ain't doing nothing. Everybody gangbanging in this little dark-ass room. Get your ass on the motherfucking streets. Because from my hood and my homies, like, you know, we had a certain, anyways.
Yes.
But over the years, I think I've gotten a little more like, you know, a little more understanding, you know, not so much of an asshole, but still an asshole, because it's a quality of mine. It's a great quality of mine. You know what I mean, of being an asshole.
An attractive quality?
I think so.
Yeah.
I've gotten most, the ladies I've gotten throughout the years is not because of my good looks, it's because I'm a fucking asshole, you know?
That's always an attractive quality for women, yeah.
Yeah, they've loved it, you know? And I couldn't help but being an asshole, so I've had some beautiful looking females from the neighborhood. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm getting at. Oh, so what I'm saying is I don't have I have a problem, but I don't have a problem. Back in the day, I had a huge problem with it, that we take their clothes off them. But I'm 48 years old now, you know what I mean? And so now I see the youngsters, and I'm just like, all right, you know, it's cool. I ain't too mad at it, to be honest, because I'd rather see them dressing like that than dressing with skinny jeans and some fucking weird ass shit, or maybe dressing like other races. Yes. You feel what I'm saying? Yes. So I feel like that. You feel me?
I understand that. I really.
And it's kind of cool to see it too, because you don't see it too often. But when you do see it, and you're like, oh fuck, that's kind of cool. It's back in style, you know.
I understand that, and I accept that. You're right. But at least back in the days when you seen it, you knew what to expect. Today, you don't know. You can't tell who's who from what. You don't know nothing from nobody no more. Yeah. Like everybody tells me, oh, he's a gangster. No, he's not. You know who the gangsters are? Them ones with the skinny jeans. Those are our modern day, them ones with the straight line haircuts, with all the hair, the what they call the editors. Everybody always tells me, again, you know, we'll get into what I do for a living, but that is what I help people understand. Our modern day thugs are the editors.
Yeah.
It ain't these fools that are all tumbados like that, but those are the ones that are going to suffer the consequences. These are the ones that have no knowledge. If you want to build a platform and showing what our culture is and what we look like and why we look this way, then educate them at least.
Yeah.
At least help them understand, but nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about who we are, why we are this way, and what comes with this. I ain't heard one of them say none of that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
No good messages.
Not a goddamn message, period. No good messages. No messages.
No message.
Nothing comes from it. All you see is people posing, flicking it up, and what is the next platform they're going to be on? Who's going to call them next to come, you know, show up for this event?
And then obviously they're going to come dressed.
Yeah, but
like
what are you going to...
They want them to be dressed.
Yes.
Like, so that's all they're doing.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah, okay. I feel it. So in other words, these influencers should, instead of just showing up to the fucking next party, they should be showing up maybe to a juvenile hall, maybe to a community center. They need to be more proactive within the community to teach the youngsters right from wrong.
Yes.
While they're dressed like that.
Yes, that's what I say.
There you go. I like that.
All the goddamn time.
I like it.
I'm going to be who I am for the rest of my life. I'm going to look like this forever. I don't change. I've even told my road dog all the time, like, damn, come on, I try to make myself, but this is just what I look like. But you know what? I come with a message, and I'm doing shit. I'm out here. I'm making my business. I try everywhere I am to help individuals, to redirect the negativity these kids are finding, these trauma-impacted youth, these young dudes who don't know what to do with themselves, so they end up spun out or loaded somewhere. I try to help them.
And you know what? I want to take a quick break. We're going to talk about how you help them and what you've done with your life. You're an educated woman, and we want to get into all of that. Let's take a quick break so I can pay some bills. If you'd like to use the restroom, there's a restroom right there. And I think we have some drinks in the refrigerator, all that good stuff.
Thank you.
Yes, let's pay some bills, guys. This is going great. Thank you so much.
I'm going to fucking hit you with my hat right now, stupid.
Okay. Hey. That guy right there. That's me. We're sponsored by Shockwares. Shockwares more than streetwear, it's culture, lifestyle, individuality. and self-expression through clothes. I want you guys to go to shockaware.com. Use Hoodstocks15. Get yourself 15% off. Hey, looking for some good quality cannabis? Quality cannabis. Hip the folks at Killakush. They specialize in bringing you the best quality from OG to exotic.
They got it all, baby.
And I want you guys to go follow them on Instagram. And on Instagram, it is at killakush.official.
Yes,
Is that what it is now,
yes,
though?
that's the new one. Killakush.official.
Okay, killakush.official. Like a referee whistle. I see everybody tapped in right there. Shout out to all 700 people that's been tapped in, or should I say 672? Refresh that real quick, dog, because I've seen it stuck at that for a cool minute. My dog Casey, Pepita. Okay, yeah. Shout out to all 672 people right here. Appreciate you guys. Hey, if there's 672 people
There's
right
812.
here. Okay, there's 812 people on here. If there's 812 people on here, I need you guys to hit that like. We're going to get the homegirl right here, the OG homegirl right here, that's keeping it fucking a buck, keeping it solid. We need to get her fucking shit in the algorithm. And the way we do that is we hit these likes up, dog. That's the way that works. If you fucking with homegirl, fuck Lucky, right? Let's establish that right now. Fuck this guy right here. But we love this woman right here. So let's get her in the algorithm and let's get her so she can spread her good message, which we're going to find out next what exactly it is and what exactly she's doing. Yeah, and also too, you guys go pull up on Killakush in Whittier, which is 13800 Leffingwell Road, Whittier, California. We're also sponsored by LA Peptides. Shout out to my dog Ozempic, Vince, man. If you need any type of Ozempic, if you need any TRT, any type of peptides, man, he is going to take care of you. And his personal phone number, 714-269-1900. Oh, hold up. Call on all bakers and chefs. Upgrade your kitchen with Origin Bakery and Restaurant equipment. Okay, top quality oven, mixers, and more at unbeatable prices. Perfect for your next culinary creation. I want you to visit Origin today in South Omani, or check them out online. Origin Bakery Equipment, and the phone number 626-579-3580. Hey, oh, hold up right here, man. D. Leo the jeweler. That's our jeweler right there. You guys need gold. You guys need silver. You need some custom shit. My dog lives in downtown LA in a loft. He's the plug. He gonna take care of you. I'm sorry about that, guys. His phone number is 323-899-0001. Casey, get the rest for me, dog. Yeah, I got something.
Yeah, well, what's going on with you over here, Luck? You good? You need some water or something?
Where's your restroom, Casey?
It's right to the door. All right, let me get into this, guys, right here. Let me just, that's going good. All right, let's D-Leo the jeweler, right? Here we are with D-Leo the jeweler. He is ready to cast and get you guys some dang jewelry, right? Gold, diamond setting, gemstone setting, everything setting. Please hit up D-Leo the jeweler at 323-899-0001, all right? Are you ready for man's best friend? Well, let me tell you, make sure to join Rottweiler Mafia, right? It's the best Rottweiler breeder in the United States. Call today to place an order for a puppy. The number is 424-666-9929, all right? And the Piping Company, shout out to the Piping Company. You could reach them at the Piping Co. at Instagram or 714-468-2828. Plumbing, piping, and service, all right? So hit up the Piping Company today. Lastly, we got the criminal defense attorney, Doug Sherrod, all right? King Kong lawyer. He's our lawyer. And hey, if you guys get into something and you need some help, hit up kingkonglawyer.com, all right? Doug Sherrod. He used to be on the other side, as Lucky said. But now he's on the good side, helping the people, all right? So hit him up at kingkonglawyer.com, all right? We're going to get back to the show, guys.
Oh, yeah, let's get back to the show. Let's do that. Okay. I was looking for my Tums. Where the fuck they at?
Maybe you took them.
I used to have Tums right here all the time. I was getting indigestion because I ate some enchiladas before I came here. You know, sometimes the tomato sauce, man.
Yeah, that's older you get, we start not being able to have no kind of acidity shit. It's the truth. That's real. That and milk.
I used to, when my girl pissed me off the other day, and so we usually have almond milk in the house, but I went and bought some fucking regular milk, and I drank 2 big ass cups of that shit before we went to bed.
That's fucked up. You would be mean to her, huh? Use that shit on purpose. That's dirty.
And you know what that was happening?
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying.
I blew that bitch up fucking ridiculous stuff.
I would have rolled your ass. I would have rolled your ass to the bathtub with a pillow and make you Get your ass far away from me, boo. Shit. There's no way that would have happened in my house. Stinking me out my room. Shit. But right now, that's about to shit on himself. You gotta go.
You a fool. That's that motherfucker just don't put up with that shit.
Hell nah. The first little air that I hear go, poof, you gone.
You gone. You're a fool, man. That shit is hilarious. Now my girl she's cool, man. She
right.
she takes herself and goes to the sofa.
No, she don't take herself. You kind of force her out with it. Poof, poof. Each one that comes out, she just cause I can't breathe no more.
Well, she opens the window because she gets mad because if my butt's facing her way, she thinks that there's particles that go in the air when you fart.
There is. Yeah. It's called polluted air. Oh, shit. It's like when you walk into one of them toilet, those outhouses, one of them porta potties. It's like that. You ain't trying to open your mouth when you walk in that bed. You try to... You probably do that to her in the room. That's fucked up. I don't even know, old girl. I'm going to buy her an air mask. Shit.
Air mask.
I'm going to teach her how to put up a border between your ass and her.
One of those World War III masks.
I'm like, baby girl, you're going to have to get yourself a body pillow and put that shit between you and him every night.
You fucking funny, man. I'm fucking with you. Shit, I ain't laughed that hard in a cool minute. And so I used to like, it's a random thing. It's a super random thing. But I used to like canned raviolis.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Why are those not good, bro?
No, that's nasty.
Fucking Chef Boyardee, bro.
That's like talking about what kind of noodles you're like. Oh, top ramen, Maruchan.
Nah, I mean, since I was a kid, I always liked the raviolis, the Chef Boyardee canned raviolis.
Nasty, dog.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't want to ask you what kind of childhood you had me home. Now I'm scared.
I had a fucking really weird childhood, but anyways,
He's like, well, this is my podcast. We ain't talking about that.
No, we're gonna get into it one day. I really haven't shared it. It's complicated, to be honest. But so I can't have the raviolis no more, cause dude, oh my god, man, it gives me the like coldest, the most horrible heartburn.
Oh, so you probably can't eat chocolate, drink coffee. That probably all gives you heartburn. Huh?
Oh no, I love coffee.
And you don't get heartburn from it?
Huh?
Coffee gives you heartburn too.
No, matter of fact, this isn't coffee. This is
tea.
green tea.
Coffee, chocolate, and all that gives you tea. I mean heartburn, bad.
Yeah, it's usually like
Tomato,
like,
acidity
like
stuff,
tomato
but
sauce.
that's another cause. Cigarettes, chocolate, coffee, all that stuff gives you heartburn.
What kind of diet you keep?
Nothing.
Nothing. Are you
I'm
a good cook?
Yeah.
Because we know you're a good cheater. So do you cook?
Yeah.
Do you cook as good as you cheat?
Yeah. I don't cheat no more. I'm recovering. I'm in recovery from cheating. Hey, I can't call it. When you're a youngster, it's okay.
Did you go to recovery for cheating?
No, I just became miserable.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah. Well, in the Bible, they say you reap what you sow.
Absolutely, and I've done it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I said. That is my niche. That's what I say to myself every day. This is my karma. This loneliness that I live today is from what I've done to the men in my past.
What do you bring to the table in a relationship? Because there's guys right now that are checking you out right now.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you one thing that I believe in.
Yeah.
A lot of men, you ever walk into a room and you go to the camarada's house for business, whatever, and he always tells himself, hey, baby, can you step out? Me and the homies are going to talk?
Yeah.
If my old man has to tell me that, then he's not the one for me. Because you got to turn your back to me every night and you're going to tell me you're going to trust those motherfuckers over me?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm as solid as we come.
Well, you know what? I like that you brought that up because there's been times where they're like, they said, "Hey, Luck, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you personally." And there might be there was a couple of times that I think about. There's been an individual or individual, and I'll be like, "No, they're good, bro. I mean, go ahead, you know, or she good, you know what I mean?" But sometimes you want to give somebody. But I get what you're saying, and I like that you use that. It's a great analogy.
I'm that solid of a woman.
Yes.
If we are laying down together and I'm closing my eyes to you and turning my back to you, if you and I can't have that level of confidence in one another, we are not supposed to be together.
You kill for your man?
Kill for my man?
Yeah.
Listen, if the situation calls for...
I mean, we're not trying to criminate yourself.
If the situation calls for...
I already have, you know what I mean?
If the situation calls for us protecting ourselves...
Yes.
I'll do what I gotta do, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
I won't say that I'm gonna go out there and take a life from my man, no. But if the situation calls for protecting ourselves, I will do what I have to do.
I tell my lady sometimes, I'll be like, babe, I love you, man. I'll take a bullet for you. But then I'd be super upset if I was up in heaven and I'm looking down. I'm like, man, I took a bullet for this bitch.
She already laid up with
Look
somebody.
what she doing.
Yeah, but you know what I tell my one thing that anybody can
I'm
tell me
already
though.
in heaven, you know what I mean?
I will take a life and give a life any day 1,000 times over for my kids. Don't play with my kids. They're my heart and soul. They're what I breathe for. They're the reasons I get up every day. Them 3 little motherfuckers right there, that's all I live for. Anybody knows me knows that.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
And I just threw this at my lady the other day, and you tell me how you feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really crossed my mind because sometimes you can be in a relationship with your woman or your man, right? And the kids are very overbearing. They're a lot of work for the individual that's got to take care of them. Usually, it depends on the situation in the household, but I would say 9 times out of 10, a lot of the weight falls on the mom.
Yes.
Right? If the man is being a man and handling his business,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You know? And so sometimes I notice that my girl is so just consumed that we kind of like, you know, we drift apart a little bit,
Yes.
you know? She's so busy with the kids, you know? I'm working grueling hours. And so the other day I said, hey, babe, check it out. Like, you come before my kids. But these are our kids, though.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
It's not like I'm telling a stepmom.
No, of course,
like,
yes.
These are our kids.
The Bible says that, though.
Like you come before my kids, and then my kids come. I'm gonna take care of you first.
Yes.
Because without us, there's no kids right here.
Yes.
So we got to take care of each other.
Yes.
And so I threw that at her, and I really meant that, and I think she caught it, because after that, all of a sudden I'm getting a little back rub.
Oh, you were sitting
Getting a
good.
little foot massage, you know what I mean?
You
So
made
I'm
her
like,
feel good.
So maybe, but it's real shit. Like we made these kids.
Yes.
We made these crazy ass, bratty ass, loud ass kids. Me and my girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so we can't, without us, the foundation is gone. The game plan is gone. Everything is, if we're bad, then everything's bad. We always got to make sure, and I want to say this to you guys, that you guys got to make sure the two are good. First, take care of each other's personal needs, whatever it might be, wants, needs, whatever,
Yes.
right? And then we take care of the kids. Do you believe in that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm not fucking crazy for
No, you're
thinking
not.
that.
Absolutely, because the kids will suffer through everything you put the mother through. The kids will suffer through everything you see the father go through. What the kids see everything. I don't give a shit. You go in the room and close the door. My kids have seen everything that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? They know. I'm not a person who will sit there and wait to talk about things. I'm gonna talk about it now. I'm not gonna sit there and ponder. We need to talk now.
And
Right now.
Yeah, and it's full blown.
Yeah.
And there's an audience, and it could be kids there sometimes.
Yeah.
That's how it is in my house.
Yeah. It happens. You know
I
what
don't
I'm
live in a motherfucking zippity doo-dah motherfucking life, you know what I mean?
Me
Mr.
neither.
Rogers and
Yep.
shit.
Nope.
Like,
I
if we
live real
fighting,
life. Yep.
if we fighting, my kids hear it, the neighbors hear it, the dogs, the cats.
Yep.
Everybody knows we fighting.
When Uber pulls up, they know where he's leaving to.
Yeah, I mean, that's real
reality,
life,
yes,
right?
it is.
Sorry, but not sorry. And so Casey's gonna be a new dad.
Congratulations.
He's gonna
thank you.
his wife is pregnant, and so Casey, I want you to make sure, bro, that you and your lady always take care of each other first,
Yes.
and then you take care of your son, bro. Does that make any sense to you, dog?
Yeah, it makes sense. And I was thinking about that as you were talking about that right now.
That's reality though, because the kids will be the one. If you upset her, she's struggling, she's going through it. The kids are the ones who lose out, because moms can't. If she ain't 100, she ain't doing her thing right. And that's real, because I've been depressed and sad and overwhelmed, and my kids see it, and they've called me on it.
Yeah.
My kids will get a kick out of me, like, Mom, why are you doing is sleeping? When I lost my dad, I went through it. It took medicine to get me out of my bed. I lost it. I didn't want to live no more. He was my heart and soul. I felt lost without him.
Yeah.
I still do sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And my whole family is just siblings. It's just, we're fucked. We fell apart. We fell apart. My dad was married to my mother. Technically, in the eyes of whatever, she's my stepmom. But I'm 49 years old. My dad and her were together for 47 years. So she's my other mother, and I have a good relationship with her. I love her to death. You know, my mom. I love my biological mom too. I'll always love her. She's my mother. You know, but things happen in life, and we just don't have a close relationship, and not because of what happened in the past, but we just don't. You know, we just don't. We just can't seem to mesh. I have siblings I don't have relationships with, so my kids are everything to me. That's all I got.
For sure.
They're all I got. You know what I'm saying? So I live through them. They're the reasons I live today.
Let's get back to the simple question I was asking you, and that was, I mean, what you? I was talking about cooking, right? And
What do I have to offer a man?
no, I want to know, like, because sometimes as long as he's not on drugs, the quickest way to a man's heart is his stomach.
Yeah.
Is what they say.
Yes.
Right. So if you were to go on, I don't want to say a date, but you say you get into a couple levels where now you're going to cook for the dude, right? And you want to impress him. You know, you want to let him know that, hey, this badass homegirl right here got skills in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What are you going to make him?
It depends on. I'm a steak and potato broad. Like
Yes.
I love me some steak and potatoes and some ribs, and I love all that. Some homemade mashed potatoes, a big ass salad with everything in it. Like that's me.
What do you whip your mashed potatoes with? Because people trip out on what I whip my mashed potatoes with.
Sour cream.
Okay, so I use mayonnaise.
I hate mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise. Sour cream.
Growing up,
I don't use milk.
Have you ever heard of anyone using mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Okay, so because the women in my family use mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, no. I've never seen it, but I've never tasted. Well, I probably have tasted them, but no, I don't use mayonnaise.
It's hard to tell the difference between mayonnaise and sour cream, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good cook right there. She get down. Huh?
She looked like she cooked good.
She could cook.
What'd she make?
Everything.
Everything? Yeah?
Yeah, she ain't lying.
She said I make everything.
She does. She can cook. Cook up some shit. Like no, but I can cook. Yeah, I can, and I like to cook.
Yeah.
I do like to cook.
Do you cook with love?
Yeah.
Depending on who you cooking for, right?
I really just cook for my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cook for my kids. Like I like to make my son works a lot and goes to school. My daughter's, she's got her boyfriend and shit like that. She goes out and stuff like that. So I like to cook dinner when I know all my kids are gonna be home.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter's 32 and she's disabled, so she's always home. But when my two younger ones are gone, I like to make sure that I cook dinner or breakfast when all my kids are home.
Dude, I just saw your daughter come out the restroom, and I couldn't help to see how. Dude, you are tall. How tall are you? Can you stand up for me one time? I wish I can get her side by side with Casey, man. I wish we can get an angle on that. But anyways, yeah. You play sports?
I used to.
Basketball or something? Dude. How old are you? Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Obviously.
Yeah, she got a baby face. She just tall as hell. She got a baby face.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's like right on the border of like high schools, right?
Yeah, she's graduating next week.
Congratulations on that. Yeah, my stepdaughter's graduating as well. Yeah. Shout out to all the ladies, all the young men, boys, right, that are graduating.
Amen. That's right.
And so let's talk about what you do for a living.
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Yes.
So by trade, I always wanted to be an attorney. I went to school. It's funny because I was this big ass chola at Cerritos College who pledged a law fraternity, a criminal justice fraternity.
Okay.
They did not want to let me in. Sheriff Lee Baca was a part of it.
Okay. He's in prison right now, though, right?
I don't know where he is now.
Yeah, he's in prison now. Yeah. Federal prison.
Judge Ito was a part of the fraternity as well.
Is that the Asian dude?
That's the one, yeah, that was on the O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, that's how I know him.
So when I pledged this fraternity,
yeah,
they was not trying to let me in because they were like, you're a gang member, why do you want to do this? And I got in. And I just did it just to get in. I was like, I'm going to do this. And I did. I got in.
Sheesh.
I got in. I did that. I was proud of myself. Yeah, I remember we got my banquet. My dad went to my banquet. Most upscale banquet ever. They gave us a little bit of potatoes with an asparagus on top. My dad's like, what the fuck is this? I paid $100 to eat this shit. Can I get some tapatio? I'm like, Dad. He just got out of a joint. I'm like, Dad, come on. He was embarrassed the hell out of me. But yeah. I did all that. But I wanted to be a lawyer. I had kids. And, it just, that wasn't in the cards for me. I ended up becoming a paralegal. I did that for years up until the pandemic. Okay. And then pandemic took that away because the courts changed their process. So they don't, now you got to do everything on computers. So I'm a licensed processor where I can go serve documents. I can do all that stuff. I can do family law cases like divorces, child support, all that.
Okay.
I went back after the pandemic, I went back into nonprofits, case management, where we work with the youth, the young adults. So now I work in the city of Norwalk and Hawaiian Gardens. I provide case management. I work with the community. I work with all the local stakeholders in the city of Norwalk and Hawaiian Gardens, which means I am there to offer youth that are impacted by the justice system. So that means foster youth, SA youth, foster kids, kids that are on probation, kids that are about to be on probation, intervention, prevention, anybody struggling in life. kids are truant, I'm there. That's what I enjoy doing. That's where my heart's at now. I don't like to see people that are kids or families that are struggling and suffering by no fault of their own most of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's just what they've been dealt, the cards they've been dealt. You know, a lot of kids are dealing with parents that were like mine. You know, they're either in the joint or they're dealing with immigrant families that are struggling. Or like right now, you got a lot of families who are afraid to go outside. Their parents are afraid to go to work because they're afraid of being deported or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? What happens to them kids? They get lost, you know? That's where my heart's at. That's what I do for a living now.
Wow, that's amazing. There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So you're not just bumming it on the sofa and when Sunday comes and
never
you
that.
get dressed up to go to Santa Fe Springs Swamp Meet, huh?
Never that. Absolutely not.
You got a real life.
I got a real life.
Yeah.
I stay steady working. That's my thing right there.
What do your hoops say?
His Southern Queen.
His Southern Queen?
Yeah.
Shh, that's gangster.
Yeah.
You need to come out in some movies, man. You kill it in some movies.
For real.
You would kill it in some movies.
My young, gifted, and brown right here.
Is that what that says? Young, gifted, and
Yeah,
brown?
gifted and brown all day.
Damn.
All
Okay.
day. But yeah, that's where my heart's at. That's why I enjoy what I do, man. That's where people. That's why I'm so fixated on these individuals that are out here doing that and portraying that is all we are about, because that's not all we're about. And if we can get some of these hyenas that are out here so focused on that, with all the attention that they have gathered, like Sleepy, you can see she got a good personality. I can see that. She talks. She does more talking than I've seen anybody else do. She communicates. A lot of them other hyenas don't do that.
You got any beef with any of these hyenas?
I don't have beef with nobody because they ain't worthy of that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got that much, you know, I won't give nobody that kind of energy.
I don't want to feel that right here anyways if it was. It was just kind of like a random question.
Yeah, nobody, absolutely not. Yeah. I just feel that we above that. Yeah, absolutely.
The pettiness, right?
Absolutely. There's nobody who takes that much from me.
Yeah, for sure.
Not at all.
And I apologize for that.
No worries. You know, but Sleepy, I would love the opportunity to meet her because I really believe that you could see she's got a kind soul. Yeah. She seems like she's got a good estilo, a good personality. She seems really funny. Yeah. She's always says something that makes me, I'm like, every time I hear this highlight, she makes me laugh about something she got to say.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And she's the same age as us, too.
Is she?
Yeah.
You know, and I believe that she has the opportunity right now on the platform she's at. Maybe nobody's ever redirected her to do that, but she can help other kids that are out there understand that it's not just this, mija. You can do something with it. Or a lot of these kids think that they've started this life, now there's no hope for them. Or they think, I got tattoos, now I can't do this. Or I've been in jail, I can't do this. No, absolutely. There's nothing stopping you but you.
Yeah. She's an electronic engineer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody out there know that. Yeah. And nobody would assume that. They would lump her up with the rest of them.
She's an electronic engineer, La Sleepy. Yeah, she's a great person.
And did you know that nobody would know that? Yeah. No, because they don't talk. They don't share nothing about what they're doing. Yeah. Let's take these kids out. I love taking kids places they've never been.
Well, you got to keep in mind, too, with La Sleepy. So we just had her on the podcast, and she went from 300 followers.
I seen it.
She's got like 100,000 followers.
Yeah, I seen it. And I've been on here longer than her, and I've only got like 45,000.
Yeah. And but your numbers will go up after this. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's just the power. It's the power of the platform.
Of course, yeah,
you know
I understand.
I mean, this platform is tailored for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they're gonna come and fuck with you.
I appreciate that.
But what I wanted to say is, her somewhat fame, right? Neighborhood fame has just been a few months in the works. So I think she can use direction from you, and I think you guys can team up together and do some positive shit, man.
And I agree with you. And I'm gonna tell you something. I got individuals like ODM, Art LeBeau. Yeah. My girl that, the old school cruises and all that stuff. Individuals who have invited me to be a part of all of that. Yeah. I do the Art LeBeau shows with them, with Angel Baby. They call me out there and
Shout out to Angel Baby.
Thank you. He's good people, him and his wife, the Art LeBeau Foundation, they're beautiful people, and they know where my heart's at. They know that I'm not just about looking like this. Yeah. I want people to understand I'm a part of a nonprofit that is trying to build things, build community, help these kids get get pulled out of that environment they're stuck in to understand that there's more out there than this life.
Yes.
There's more than just this.
Yeah.
We can go wherever we want. Doesn't matter what you look like. So long as you can afford to be there, you can go, baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody tell you can't be there because we look like this.
Yeah.
We go where we want to go.
Yes.
It's a matter of how you carry yourself. We do not have to talk like we're ignorant to be anybody. People are so worried about following the next individual that they go in there and they have this mug face on them. They're dogging you before you even get in there. Why you got to dog somebody? Who are you trying to prove a point to? You know, it don't take much to smile. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to make everybody be intimidated by your appearance. You know, and that's what I want kids to understand. If you want to look like this, ponle, knock yourself out. Go ahead. But don't stop at just that. Don't let people see that you're just about that. Build yourself up. Let's teach these kids something. Since they're following us so tough, they want so bad to be like us, let's teach them something then.
Yes.
Let's get together and show them what else we do. An electric engineer. That called for a lot of schooling.
Yeah.
My son is in college right now to be an engineer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's show these kids then that they can do that. I do law. I can divorce people. I can help change custody information. You know, we can give dad back his kids. I could help change child support orders.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Let's help these kids understand that this does not stop you from growing. You stop yourself from growing.
Exactly.
Let's not glorify this life. Let's help them understand that if this is your life, if this has been your life, you can choose to change the trajectory of it. You don't have to stay stuck. That's a decision.
100%. That
choose it.
That is a decision.
Absolutely.
Thank you. If you're stuck right now, that's a decision.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it's a decision. People say, well, why don't you start by changing yourself? I am changed. But why do I got to change the way I look? This is who I am. I've educated myself. I've done what I needed to do to myself. I'm educated. I like to spend money. I could say I'm financially stable because my bills are paid, but I'm financially screwed because I financially screw myself. I shop like a crazy person.
Me too.
I shop like I don't need to. I mean, I do things that are stupid financially.
Yeah.
Constantly. They're like, yes. Yeah, I'm stupid. And with that, I've raised spoiled kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do dumb shit financially. I could own multiple houses, but I've done dumb shit.
Yeah.
I own 2, now I own none. You know, I buy brand new cars because I can or I want to. You know, dumb shit like that. But I've done it for myself. Nobody's done it for me.
Yeah.
I've accumulated these things on my own. I never was one of the women who chose to go say, I'm going to go live off of welfare. I'm going to pick the... Nah, hell no, I work. I've hustled. It's a choice. You know what I'm saying? And there's too many women out here showing these kids, like, I'm going to go live off of this. You will never find me on social media asking for money. You will never find me on social media asking people for gifts. You will never see me putting a wish list out there. You will never see, you're not going to furnish my house for me. You're not going to do none of that shit. If I can't afford to get it for myself, then I don't deserve to have it. Everybody is struggling today. A box of eggs costs $38.
Where's that at?
Walmart. I think it went down recently, but a box of 60
In the
eggs.
height. No, yeah, in the height. Yo,
Yeah.
those egg prices are crazy.
$38 for a box of 60 eggs. People could barely afford to feed themselves, and you think I'm going to go on there and battle people to take their feria from them? Never. I will never belittle myself to ask people to fund my home, to fund the way I live. It's not going to happen. I think that's embarrassing. For people to go on there because we look like this and we have followers to ask them for things. If somebody gifts you something, that's a blessing. I appreciate you, thank you. But I'll be damned if I ever go out there and say, shoot me this gift. You know, my followers, I'm humbled by the 45,000 followers I have, and I'm humbled by that number because I communicate with them. I talk to them directly.
Yeah.
I go in there and I answer my messages as many as I possibly can. And that's the one thing they always tell me. You know what, Smiley, you're the only person that ever responds back to our messages. You're the only one who comes on here and you talk directly to us. You're not just reading the comments. I communicate back and forth with them.
That's how you build an audience.
You know what I'm saying?
Communication, open.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
You know, I tell them about my nonprofit, you know, the Gateway Project, right there in the city of Norwalk, in the city of Hawaiian Gardens. I am a chair of a CAP in the city of Norwalk, which means I meet once a month with the individuals that are like the mayor of Norwalk.
Wow.
I meet with safety police. I have school counselors, school principals reaching out to us to work with kids that are struggling.
Sheesh. Let's go.
That matters to me.
That's important.
Absolutely.
That's big.
You know what I'm
huge.
saying? I remember one time the safety police picked up the phone and they called me and they're like, hey, Christina, I got a young man. I'm about to take him into custody. I don't want to. I'm always having problems with him, but he tried to set the park on fire. I was like, damn. Give him to me. Let me work with them. This kid was out of school for a year. He's been back in school. He's about to graduate. He's not getting high no more. Not to say that I could do that with every kid or I have done with every kid, but even one makes a difference.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what matters.
Absolutely.
And that's where my heart is at, in that. And that's where I wish so much that all these individuals that are out here trying to sell these kids a dream, that all you got to do is get on social media, throw on some Cascade, some creased up khakis, and some Air Force One or some Cortez, and you could be famous.
Yeah.
I don't want to be famous. I'm not trying to be famous by any means of the imagination, but if I can get some assistance for other people that are out here that are doing shit to help us get these kids and redirect the idle time they have so they're not getting loaded, we don't have kids ODing, then let's do that.
I mean, if all of us just did a small part
Yep.
within the community of something positive, paying it forward,
Yeah.
it'd be such a stronger and better community.
Absolutely.
Opposed to just some people being on Instagram, social media activists,
Yes.
all in the comments with what they feel like are, very outspoken, I'll say the least, right? But if we really, really put our feet to the concrete and just did a small part, man, it'd be such a greater and such a stronger and powerful community.
Absolutely. I'm not perfect. I've struggled. I've failed. I've fallen. I've done wrong. I've destroyed people's path. Whatever you want to say. I've hurt people's hearts.
You've hurt a lot of people's hearts.
Yeah, I have.
You've cheated so much, my heart hurts. We've never been together.
I've done a lot of wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I would like to believe that
You walk by dudes and they just have a heart attack. They have a stroke.
I'm telling you, when they see the tattoos on my back, they're like, damn, you're a cold piece of work. I've heard that 1,000 times over.
Is that right? And then they come back.
You
for
ever
some
heard
more
that
or what?
song, Lowrider Girl?
Yeah.
You know the words to it?
I can't sing it.
Okay,
per
but if you
word.
think about it in your head, you know what it says, right?
Well, you sing
She's a
it. Sing it
lowrider
to-
girl, cold-hearted girl. Every time I see you, you're with another dude.
Yeah.
My dad told me that was me.
Oh,
I have
damn.
that tattooed on me. Yes, because of that.
Damn.
Yes. Every time I see you, you're with another dude. That was my dad told me when I was growing up. I was like, God damn, Dad, that's mean. But it's the truth. But right now in my life, I believe that there's only one God, first and foremost. I ain't worried about anybody else judging me except for my children and him.
Yeah.
Nobody else walking phases me.
How is important for, real quick, I'm sorry for saying, but how is important for you to be absolutely brutally truthful to your girls, your kids?
Am I 100% truthful with you, baby?
Because I'm saying, obviously I see
Yeah.
that, right?
It's
and
important.
it's very important to you,
Super
right?
important to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because there's some things that some women might want to take things to the grave with.
No.
Not you, though.
No.
And
I need
so
her,
what's the difference between you and them?
I need my little girl to never be stuck where I've been stuck. I need her not to fall where I've fallen. I don't want her to ever, as my daughter, to think, what my mom would have done. I want her to know what I would have done.
Yeah.
I didn't have that opportunity.
Got you.
I didn't have that opportunity my mom was busted, you know. When mom came out, I was pregnant. My dad was always busted. I didn't have that. You know, life came at 15 years old. My mom called. She's like, your dad and I are busted. Get that box and get out the fucking house. Life began. My real dad was already in the joint. My jefa, my stepdad, rest in peace, went to go do a tranza up north, and they both got busted together. My jefa called the neighbor and said, go get my kids out of the house before CPS hits the pad. We got the box, me and my two sisters, and we left the house.
Damn.
And the life began right there.
Sheesh. It's a beginning to a movie right
It
there.
had
Your movie.
it had a couple of pedazos in it, some feria, and we had to begin life there. That was the beginning for us.
Why don't you write a book?
Somebody else told me that. I don't know.
But you can get, first before you write maybe your story.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call it? Autobiography? No. What do they call it,
Yeah.
Casey? Autobiography?
Yeah.
You should write a
When you
book
read it
about.
yourself.
You should write a Robert Greene style type book for women. You know what I mean? You know, they got the 50 laws of power. You should write maybe the 50 laws of cheating. Real shit.
That
It'd
would
be
be
a great book, and it would
Yeah, it
sell.
really would.
It sounds funny, But if you could really think and put all the
You know what I
cheating
really
game,
wanted to write? I wanted to sit there and write a book on telling hyenas how not to fall for convicts. What a man will sell you.
but then the homies are gonna be mad
I
at
know,
you.
that's why I haven't done it. I'm still trying to look out for the homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, I ain't trying to do the homies dirty like that. They're like, damn, Smiley, you did us like that. I'm like, nah, fool, I ain't doing you guys like that. I know the homies need some, some frogs to end up in that damn place. They need some chippers, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to them, but I mean, I would love to.
She said some chipper. She said, I know the homies need some frog skins up in that motherfucker.
I ain't going to do them like that.
She got the old school lingo, man.
I'm not going to do them like
the
that.
frog skins.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me, he was like, shut up, Miha, shut up, Miha. But my dad used to tell me, you should have been my son, not my daughter. But that's important to me though, Lucky. My kids is the most important thing to me. My son, I want him to be the best man he could possibly ever be.
What kind of what is his future looking like? What is he into?
He's going to school to be an engineer. He's an amazing young man. I got a hell of a son.
What kind of engineer? Because there's so many different types of
He
engineers.
wants to be a mechanical engineer.
Okay.
But he changes. I mean, he's that little fucker's badass. He was a part of the National Honor Society all through junior high and then in high school as well.
Wow.
Yeah, smart as kid. I don't know where that came from because I wasn't.
Well, it came from you. You just didn't apply it.
You
didn't apply it in there.
He's a very smart young man.
Because just listening to you talk right now, like you got the gift of the gab, obviously, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're a fucking master cheater, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got all the game. You got game.
The homies used to tell me that when I would get letters, they'd be like, "Damn, Smiley, you could pencil whip the best of them." I'm like, that's fucked up, you guys. That's what that's what men used to tell me. They're like, I can't fuck with you. You're like a vato.
Is
Like,
it hard for you to have female friends?
Yeah, I don't fuck with hyenas too much.
Yeah, you're kind of like usually sometimes when people are so like, I'll use this word with you, but I don't mean it in any other way. Like a unicorn, or like a different type of person.
Yes.
They're usually kind of like loners and they're better by themselves. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is.
I got one. My best friend, rest in peace, was killed years ago by a man. Then the only other best friend I've ever had in my life is my homegirl, my road dog Shady. From my neighborhood.
From your neighborhood?
Yeah, my comadre. She's my comadre, my best friend, my road dog, my sister, everything. It's my girl. It's my ride or die right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so basically you got a pretty small circle.
Oh yeah, it's small as hell. Jojo be like, damn, you don't have no friends. I'm like, no, I don't.
But then back to the cheating thing, and I hate to keep on going back to it.
You're fine.
But when you're in that line of business and you're a professional, you know what I mean, it's probably not good to have too many female friends.
Well, I've always had only male friends, male companions, period. I mean, even just friendships, they were all men. My best friend, was a dude.
Did he get benefits?
No.
No, but he was just a best
He was
friend. That's
my
cool.
dog, yeah.
Was he gay?
Nope. A homie.
And I don't mean no
No,
disrespect.
not at all. No,
Yeah.
no, he was a homie.
Yeah,
Just,
you guys just maintain a real friend
My boy,
relationship.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I think everybody should have a camarada that, of the opposite sex. You don't have to always break each other off. It happens sometimes, but
That's what I was. That's what I was wondering if you would say or not. It happens sometimes.
It's just. But yeah, that's right now. Right now, in my life, it's just I'm literally just about my business and my family.
Yeah.
And I'll sit here and keep on praying that the day that the man comes in and just blows my wig back. You know what I'm saying? Just.
That's gonna be a tall order to fill, though.
I know, it sucks.
Because you've had the best of the best, right?
It's horrible. No, I don't think I've had the best of the best yet. As far as man goes, a man, no, I'd still be with him if I did.
Okay.
If I would have had the best, I would have been pulled out of what I've been about. Okay. Because I would have known.
So are you ready? Are you ready for him?
Yeah.
Casey, open the door.
I'm absolutely ready for him. Yes, I am. I want a life partner now. I want a man who's.
You ready to settle down? Stop fucking around.
Yeah, I've been
promise?
settled down. Yep, promise.
Look at everybody in that camera right now and say, "I promise."
I promise. That's my word.
No more cheating. Tell the dudes, because there's some gangsters that are watching you right now. They're like,
anybody who knows me knows that if I was to say something about that's on my daddy. And I don't even do that, but I'm ready. I know my dad. I know that's all my dad ever wanted was for me to have a man in my life who was going to look out for me and not me look out for him.
So you are open to check the field out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so how can it? Because there's a lot of I'll tell you like this. We got a great audience of solid homies.
I will
support
n-
this channel. And so if they're, let me finish real quick.
Yeah.
If they wanted to get in contact, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
I would say, I mean, right now, social media. I mean, and that's what's funny because I get a lot of dudes who hit me up on social media like, "What's up, can I take you out?" And I don't acknowledge it because I don't want to. I just think
Well, it's a little different now.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess
that's how
it's
that's how the initial. You're old school. You used to meeting them in person, but sometimes
Yeah.
I mean, you got to explore the different opportunities.
ChristianMingle.com.
She fucking She just
You know-
those dudes' fucking lives. Fuck.
they'll be backslid tomorrow. No, God.
She's gonna be backslid tomorrow. You're a fool, man.
Nah, you know what? Straight up, I think that I know that I'm ready because my life is different. My life is very different.
Yeah.
Very, very different. I'm all about what I have.
Is that? Hold on. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Is that us right here?
Sounds like it.
Fucking Nepo? Behind, hey, here it is now.
There he is.
Nito.
There he is. There he is, guys. Yeah, come over here. Come over here to the camera right here. Come over here. Right here.
Nito, come on, we're gonna set you up. This is Nito from Eastside Weedmas right here.
Nice to meet you.
This is who we called in to.
He's a longshoreman. He's got a
This is who we
great
called
job.
in to.
Yes.
Back
I think he forgot his
He's
socks
single and
though.
he's ready to mingle.
Oh, she don't like that you got no socks on, bro.
Oh, dog, I just, I got off of working at the pad.
Okay.
So I just took a quick shower. Saw you guys
Turn his
going
mic on.
live.
Oh, he seen you and he had
Turn
to
his
pull
mic
up.
on.
I was like, ow.
Turn his mic on.
Oh, hold on. What's up, Nito?
What up, though? What's good?
So what are you saying, Nito? You were watching the podcast, you seen the homegirl right here, and you said I gotta pull up?
Oh, for sure, you know that. I was at the pad just, finishing up, and I was watching yesterday's show. Then I started, see you guys were on live. I was like, man, I gotta shoot to the fucking studio, dog.
So he told his old lady, "I'll be back. I'm gonna go get some coffee real fast."
That's right.
Check out see what this
Nah,
is
he's
about
single.
right now.
This dude's single.
He's single.
Like a motherfucker.
He's got his own crib by himself.
Yeah, and he's got an orchard and shit. He's
Yes, I do, man.
And he's got a great avocado tree in front of his
And
Oh, I
house.
love
mango
avocado.
tree. He's got a lot of fruit trees.
I got a lot
He's got
of
a green thumb. I'll
I
tell you.
love
Barbara
avocado.
the
Casey, get off the mic and let the man talk.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. What's up, Casey? Man, I haven't seen you guys in a little bit, man. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
Just
You've been
busy at
busy.
the house, man. You know what I'm saying? This pad got me going and shit. You know what I mean?
So what do you think of this guy right here? He's kind of handsome.
He's handsome.
Yeah.
He's handsome. He's tall too.
He's handsome.
Yeah,
How
he
tall
is
are you,
tall.
fool?
I'm 6'4".
6'4".
Ooh, that's an inch taller than your.
Oh yeah, I'm
than,
6'3".
than your average.
240 pounds.
He can give you a
Jump
piggyback
first a
ride.
while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's tall.
When was the last time a man gave you a piggyback ride?
Ooh. I got you.
I got you.
I gotta pull my house. It'll be easier.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't swim. You know what I mean?
Why you tall enough to walk in the water?
That's it.
Hey. He'll still find a way to drown and get that mouth to mouth.
Tell me about
You
it.
guys are crazy. No, he's a handsome man. Very good
We
looking man.
love it though.
Good looking man.
Yeah.
Even without the socks.
Even with the socks, yeah.
Man, you
I see
know.
how he came. He came repping and everything. Got the shirt on and everything.
Oh, he's a
huh?
part of the crew.
Oh, yeah,
right.
I'm always
Yeah.
repping. You
Yeah,
know?
he's a part of the
That's
crew.
right.
I'm the Harvard chapter.
That's right.
Yeah, we
That's
got a lot of homies from different neighborhoods that are part of the Hoodstocks camp.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, also all the good homies and
Congrats,
shit.
congrats.
Yeah, no, for sure, and congrats to you
Thank
on your future
So
date
Nito,
you're gonna be going to.
so Nito, where are you gonna take her out, bro?
Oh man, I don't know, probably a little good little
Go to Mike,
steakhouse or
dog.
something.
On the mic, on the
A
mic.
little steakhouse or something, you know what I mean?
A
He said I'm gonna
steakhouse.
take you to the house and go pick the avocado tree with me.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, you
Oh,
know,
I
I
will.
got mangoes,
We-
mandarins.
You don't know. We don't play in
persimmons.
my house when it comes to avocados, huh, daughter?
Oh, no.
from farm to
Avocados.
table.
Oh, I should have brought some. I actually have
we
a whole
don't
bag
play
ready.
when it comes to avocados in my house.
Well, this is kind of cool, man. This is kind of cool, and even if you guys go out or not, or whatever you do, hopefully you do. Regardless of how it works out, you'll become good friends with good people. Vice
Absolutely,
versa.
that's always a blessing to have good friends. Yeah.
100%.
I agree.
And yeah, man, this is crazy how this works sometimes. You don't got to worry about him being in your DM. He's here right now, you know? And it's easier to meet somebody like that, right?
Yeah, I that's why I said, I get a lot of people that come to my DMs and I don't trip off of that.
Yeah.
I really don't. I am, in that sense, I'm very old school. I don't think that, my first thought is, this is what I think, and it's funny that you say this about the DMs because I think, if things don't work out, he's gonna be in somebody else's DMs as soon as I walk out the door. Like, it's just that easy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm old school. I want to meet a dude, like, I want to talk to you, see what's up.
You want to write him a letter.
Yeah, I'm sending you a little, might hit you on the hip and text you fast, No, but I'm more I don't want to meet you right away. I don't want to be talking on the phone with you for a week. I want to meet you and see if there's any chemistry. That way I can kill it right away. If it ain't gonna work, it ain't gonna work.
You got way too much game. She got way too much game, my dog.
That's what it is.
No,
she got way too much game, man.
Do you want to sit on the phone talking to a hyena for 3 weeks?
Hell no.
Right? You want to see if it's gonna click or not, right?
Straight up.
That's where I'm at.
You got to vibe. Nowadays, that's what it's all about.
If you ain't vibing from jump, let's cut it loose right here.
That's
Why
right.
waste my time? I'm not gonna waste my gas.
Why?
Cause what if I see you and
That's
like,
what I'm saying. I don't
what
like
if I
Yeah,
look
like,
at you?
why-
What if I'm talking to you for a week and I'm feeling the way you sound? Like this dude sounds female as hell. I want him to be the last one I talk to before I go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
But then I meet him, that fool got some grimy ass shoes on and he's missing a tooth. You feel me?
Catfish.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure the white walls are clean, right?
You feel me?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I feel
talking about.
Hey, that's how I used to be like in high school. My mom used to be like, hey, si no ten los zapatos limpios, esa no está limpia.
Exactly. If her shoes ain't clean, neither are her drawers.
Yeah, exactly. Straight up.
Yeah. For
That's
real.
mom putting on me on game
Yeah,
back
see?
in the days and shit.
That's
you
how
know
it
what I mean?
goes. And that's where I'm at. I'm not into all that.
Yeah, same.
I work, I don't want to be in the streets at 11. And then I don't want no vato who's going to be in the streets at 4 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't call me at 2. Not a booty call. I'm a
Yeah.
grown ass woman. Come pick me up on Sunday for coffee. It's a breakfast. Let's go out.
Hey, I like that. For
I'm
sure.
cool. That's where I'm at in my life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
like
And I like that. And you know what? And you know what? Who likes that? This audience likes that. Because it's like a breath of fresh air when a person of your stature, right, the way you tatted up, blah, 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 where you come from, can genuinely say that. Like, don't call me for no booty call. Let's
Yeah.
get breakfast and some coffee. You know what I mean? Like, that's just art. That's just beautiful. And I'm glad that you're at that stage in your life,
Yeah.
Where you can say, hey, put some respect on my shit. Not that you ever did not, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, ask for that, but it's classy, you know what I mean? And you can look like this and be classy in a
Yeah.
sense, right?
I mean, I don't look like this all the time. I dress, I clean up very well.
Yeah.
I clean up very well.
Yeah.
I'm very, very classy in the way I dress when I go out. I don't, I'm not a tennis shoe person when I go out. You're not gonna pick me up and I'm gonna throw some cords in a tube top. No, I'm a woman. That's exactly what I'm gonna look like.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate that men are intimidated by their parents because they are all the time.
You scare them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not very many men built, Fort Tough today.
You know what? I think this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much
I appreciate
for
you.
coming and blessing the platform with your greatness, I want to say overall.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for being you.
Thank
See,
you.
this is a great testament that people can, like, when you come on a platform, be you. And people love honesty, man.
Yeah, they don't like it. They don't like it, but they do love it because I'm gonna tell you, I've lost some relationships because of this.
Of just being upfront, honest.
Because of my platform and
Okay.
Yeah.
In recent time.
the last year.
In the last year.
Yeah.
They got jealous over your platform.
I have no relationship with my sister and her family because of my platform.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Why would
because
they-
of
I mean,
things like what I've shared, like with the Hefa situation, things like that. Mhm.
and they were just like, hey, you breaking the family code and
But
talking
it's-
about it on public or something.
But it's my life.
Yeah.
It's my humiliation.
Yeah.
That was on me. I ain't asking nobody permission for a goddamn thing that affected me. This is my life.
Yes.
I'm telling a story that impacted my life. I don't have to ask you or anybody else. Like I said, there's 2 people in this world that before I leave here, as long as they're good with me, I'm Gucci. That's these 3 individuals I brought into this world and the man upstairs. My daddy's gone already. I ain't got to worry about nobody else.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? When I meet the
Yes.
man that I'm supposed to have or be with, that then I'll work with him in that.
Yeah.
But right now, it's just me and them.
Yeah.
That's it. I ain't got no little kids. I got adult kids. You know what I'm saying? I got to hear what they got to say now, and that's it. That's the end of it for me.
So, regardless, life is good.
Absolutely. I'm blessed.
I'm happy to hear that.
I'm blessed.
And once again, thank you so much for blessing the platform.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you all. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you over there with your handsome self. Damn, you got some beautiful ass eyes. Damn. Let me see.
Yeah. You guys will most definitely, figure this shit out afterwards.
Chuck Woolery over here.
I wanted to say, tell everybody how they can support you and follow you on all your platforms.
As you guys know, on TikTok, I'm Chicana Smiles. Instagram, Smiles the Best. I don't do Facebook too much anymore, but I don't even know my name is on Facebook. But I also have a nonprofit. If you're looking to assist any youth out there, you guys, you're welcome to hit up my page, the Gateway Project. We're always looking for any type of donations that are for the kids. They're not for anybody's pocket, for anybody's paycheck. We're always looking to help the youth. If you're also looking and you're struggling, you need some help, some guidance, you just got out, you're in need, reach out. You know, that's where you can hit me on my DMs right there. If you're looking for some help, some resources, by all means, hit me up. I'm always willing to help somebody. I have a lot of resources. If you need to get to them, you don't have the way to get to them, I'll take you to them. I will absolutely walk that walk with you. I don't just talk about it, I be about it. So if you need some help, reach out to me.
Hey, everybody give it up for